Hi everyone. Before we get into this episode, just wanted to give you a heads up. We did run into a couple of issues on the technical side around the hour 45-minute mark. Yes, audio cut out on his microphone, so I just had to go ahead and remove it because he was saying some things in there that were kind of important, and it just didn't feel right having it muted and having that dead space. So we will make it up to you, John. I do apologize. And around 2:12, I believe there's some screen freezing for you video watchers. So just be mindful of that too. I know we said we had it all dialed in, but sometimes shit happens. It is what it is. But we appreciate you guys, and always I forgot where I was going with this. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Again, appreciate the support. You guys are amazing, and enjoy the episode.
The industry perspective is a space for those in the industry to speak freely about their experiences without fear of retaliation or a negative review. The views and opinions shared here are solely that of the individual and do not reflect the establishments in which they work. With that said, if you feel offended by these jokes, fuck it. We weren't expecting to get tipped by you anyway.
All right. Did not need to stay standing for that long.
No, but
you're going on with you with this sitting and standing.
I really made that so awkward.
Well, fella, we're all so far apart.
Yeah, but you're always near my heart. What is it with me and rhyming today?
You were really
when I needed to.
Right. Yeah, no, we had a whole flow going.
Oh my gosh, I failed.
Yeah,
really did. I failed so badly.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little weird not having somebody monitor and shit. It feels a little weird.
Not having something in your ear.
Monitor the.
Oh yeah,
I feel weird.
I know.
I feel like, what did you say? Without a parachute?
Jumping without a net.
Yeah, it feels like jumping without a net.
Yeah. I'd hate for us to have to use the fucking raw ass audio.
It sounds like
one thing you don't want to do is raw dog a podcast.
You've already said that before.
Oh, I didn't.
You've said it before.
No,
you said raw dog customers.
Oh I remixed my own joke.
I mean, some customers been fraud.
Absolutely.
Did you guys do the intro on the last episode?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I had to check the tape. I just forgot I'm not wearing a hat.
Oh.
Man.
Do the intro.
Welcome back. I don't care. I need a haircut. Who cares? Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of podcast. We'll pull back the curtain, give you some insight, what goes on in scenes, favorite bar and restaurant. I like to call it industry perspective. Best. Record time.
Yeah.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Huzzah.
All right. All right. And we are so humbled to be joined by this multi-hyphenate individual here. Your newest single, Wine on Me. Yeah. I know it starts with wine.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know that part.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. The illustrious Jonzabé, which I didn't know how you said that until that video you did the other day.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people had questions.
I had so many.
The same questions.
I had so many questions. So
I know.
Thank you for answering them.
And that's the thing about doing that is the fact that I love that it's a conversation starter. So, because then that helps me to communicate that.
Absolutely.
They're curious and they want to know.
Yeah.
Conversations.
Yeah. Normally, I'm not a real big give my name person, but when you have such an interesting way of pronouncing the name, I think it actually is a great conversation.
It is. It definitely is.
And so that is your artist name.
That's my artist name.
Okay.
Yes.
So does that come from just your first name, or like what inspired you to come up with that one?
Yeah. So my name, I love how we cut my introduction and just went straight to the conversation.
Yes.
Not me cutting off my own introduction. You're about to do this illustrious grand. I almost feel like I want you to do that.
We'll go back to it like an hour later.
Well, that's the thing is that I'm really terrible at intros. I am horrible at intros.
Yeah.
It's the one moment where I get in my head too much because, as I've said before, I don't like feeling like I'm pandering. But I do feel like really
but you're introducing
happy to have certain
welcoming the newcomers.
Exactly.
Wonderful, illustrious artist,
Yeah.
singer, songwriter, creator, producer. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Edit your own videos. See, that's what I'm saying. Help me with this.
Editor.
No, I think
Video editor.
Video
also, may I say, one of the hostess with the mostest.
Oh, we're talking about
At
when we
Redacted.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys
Yeah.
worked together.
At one point.
We did.
Oh,
We
you
have.
did.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
We
absolutely.
did.
Yeah,
As you
I
can
heard you
see-
about to say it. I was like, redacted is what
I did
we're.
no
yeah.
research. I never do research on our guests. Apologies.
Wow.
I don't.
Too Hollywood for that.
It's too Hollywood
for
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't.
Raw
I
dog,
don't-
raw dog, and podcast.
You raw dogging our guests?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
at least ask consent before you raw dog our guests.
I'll give you that one.
Mary and Joseph.
I'll give you that one. That was not bad.
So I just
Fine.
want the audience
Yes,
to know
go
that
ahead.
this
Oh.
has been going on for at least an hour before we even started
Yeah,
filming. So
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. But we just started drinking.
yes, that's the thing. Now we are not sober.
Yeah.
So they know you. I haven't really got.
You don't know me.
Yeah. So could you
You
tell
don't
me and the audience, but mostly me, because I want to be more informed.
Well, I mean, okay.
He started it off. Yeah.
Are you going to finish it or
I'm finished.
you're done? Okay.
Yeah.
He finished. He was quick.
I
He
am
was like,
That's all I got.
He's like, I got mine off.
I got mine
No,
off, man. I got
were
mine
gonna,
off.
you were going to go deep with it. And
Yeah. You should have went with me.
Yeah,
I was going.
yeah,
So I just fucked up my own introduction.
it's fine. It's fine.
I'm just
Or-
Jonzabé.
Or gave yourself the best intro possible, because this is by far the longest intro we've ever done.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, it's so. I think you were gonna ask me what my birth name is.
Well,
Were you-
no, I was just asking what
Okay.
was the inspiration behind your artist name.
Right. So
'Cause
John.
that's something that's always been very interesting to me.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever really known how artists pick their names. You should be nervous. Yeah.
You should be nervous. I love that.
No
Y'all give-
confidence.
Y'all give threats. on-
Absolutely no confidence whatsoever.
Yeah, but when you fucked up as many times as we have,
No, 1,000%.
oh man, you
Yes.
hate to get to the end and find out
Yeah,
That thing was recorded.
they didn't get theirs.
right. Yeah.
And you're just sitting there like, well, I got mine.
I mean,
you didn't get yours.
what?
Call me.
Should have worked harder, I guess. I don't know.
I had a different joke that was gonna be just as bad, and I forgot it. So
We still kind of landed in the
Yeah,
vein
yeah.
of, yeah.
we were
Good one.
inappropriate enough.
Cool. Which
Yeah.
I got an hour in.
So please tell me about yourself. You keep derailing, and I'm trying to get some
But we
information.
were finishing it, and
Yeah.
you just pitched up
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you just left the
and
room.
just left the room.
You don't leave an orgy that early.
Come on, man. Come
How
on.
long you been doing
You got
music?
no etiquette.
Right?
Oh,
You gotta get
my
your
God.
lick in.
How long have you been doing music?
I've been doing music. Since I've been, I think, yeah, since I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Real quick, are you born and raised LA
No.
or no?
I'm born and raised
No shit.
Nassau,
Nice.
Bahamas. Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I was born there, and I lived most of my my early life there until I left to move. I moved to New York to study acting at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. So that in 2017.
Okay.
Wow.
How was that?
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. It was a real dope experience. I don't know. From I was a kid, I've always wanted to live in New York. Don't ask me why, because I'm from the islands. But I think it's because I used to watch a lot of American television. So I fell in love. Like I don't know, everything that I watched had New York in it. So it was something that I kind of manifested.
I have a question. Because
Yeah.
that's kind of what got me into acting too, watching or enamored with television.
Yeah.
Do you remember like the TV show that brought you into wanting to be an actor?
That's a really interesting question. Okay. I feel like I've always known myself as an actor from a child, but I never took on the actual title as an actor because I felt like where I'm from in the Caribbean, that's to want to be an actor on TV, like that's a very, very lofty goal.
Word.
Like it's even more loftier than somebody from America. Like, oh, I want to be an actor on TV. Well, you live in a country that facilitates that kind of career. Like you could have a career in acting and really be successful. Back in the Caribbean where I'm from, like that, it's even more of a higher goal. So it's almost like a farce in a sense, right?
It's so far fetched.
It's very far fetched. So,
Okay.
but it wasn't until I watched a particular film in 2016. I don't know if I should say the film, but I watched it and I was like, damn. I was like, I think I want to do this.
I'll say mine if you say yours.
You said what?
I'll say mine if you say yours.
Because it's
Does that sound weird?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
It's still playing on the innuendos from earlier. You might have said yours.
I'm sorry, my
You want me to
mind
go
never
first?
left that arena.
I'll go first.
damn. Okay.
Go ahead, Rob. You go first.
I'll say mine. Okay.
Okay. No. Mine was. I don't want. No, he was on a roll. I don't want to steal from his momentum. Go ahead.
We've been jumping on. I still haven't said what Jonzabé means. So like at this point, we might jump to fucking Mars next. Like
fair. That's fair.
we've been jumping.
Okay.
I feel like we're
Let's put a
I
pin
feel like
in
this is
this.
a quantum leaping interview. I've
Yeah.
never. Been,
I told you
I'm
it
like
was gonna
there's
be
so many vortexes. I'm being sucked into all of them all at once. So y'all gotta give me some time. And hi, how are you? Do you come here often? This is my second time asking you that question.
Yeah.
You haven't
Yeah.
answered me.
Yeah.
But what was the 15th question?
2016, the movie that made you feel like you wanted to be an actor.
12 Years a Slave.
Oh,
And the reason why
That's not where I thought that was going to go.
and the
in
reason
Black History Month.
in Black History Month, no, it was 12 Years a Slave.
Bet, okay.
And I don't know if it was because I was so like
Moved?
convicted and moved by the performances or convicted and moved by the actual story.
Right.
I was moved by both of them, but I still don't know which one sets precedence because like the acting was fucking fantastic.
Yes.
You know, I mean, that was Lupita's first time out of the gate and she wins
Oscar.
an Oscar.
Yeah.
And they say that's the Oscar curse. Cause if you win something
Early.
like that, it's like Hollywood actually doesn't want anything to do with you. But I mean, she's a queen and we know that that's not true. Like she's amazing, but
Sure.
Yeah, Hollywood wants everything to do with her.
exactly.
Killing it
You
with all
know,
the roles.
but that's the curse that they say. You know, it's
Right.
happened to a lot of people. Like when you get this success right off the gate, it's like it's like set so high.
Your expectations are set
Right.
very high.
You don't ever see these actors again years later in something else. Because it's like, where did you go? Like you won the fucking award.
I get the why because it's like she just came out of Yale MFA School of Drama and it's like now she's there.
She's there.
And you don't really learn. You have to take a minute to learn how to navigate the business
Yeah.
of Hollywood, and so I think that's where there's a lot of pitfalls. But what I understand, I think Yale kind of sets people up to better. But that's a whole
Okay.
side note. I hope, and I don't believe that's happening. But
Yeah.
12 Years a Slave inspired you to become an actor, and you're still unsure or the acting. I mean, Steve McQueen, who's like the writer and director behind, is also amazing, creative as well.
It was a masterpiece of a
Yeah.
film, and I don't think I'd watched anything like that in a very long time. So when I watched it, it was just moving. But then also the story is just so heavy. So that's why I don't like to share the film that made me decide to be an actor, because I feel like I still haven't like resolved why. Yeah,
I got that.
I believe that I believe that both reasons are valid, but you know, it was a great film. It was an amazing film.
Sorry, I was looking up who has the most Oscars.
Meryl
Yeah.
Streep.
Oh yeah.
Meryl Streep.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Meryl Streep.
Is that why everybody considers every film she's done like the best film ever, or the best? She's the
Which
best.
I don't
actress?
get it.
I don't think they do it anymore, but there was definitely a point in time when, especially I want to say the 90s, this was
21 Oscars.
21 Oscars. I think second might be Jack Nicholson.
Oh, that's not a surprise.
Yeah.
But Meryl Streep is.
So what was yours?
So
Yeah, what was
I
yours?
was 10 years old. I was
wow.
very obsessed with this show. And then I remember I don't think the concept of an actor and like that there was performance and all that really occurred to me. And then I realized that Power Rangers wasn't a real show.
Oh my fucking god.
And that it was something that it was put on by a group of actors.
Oh my
and
God.
the idea that I could one day be a Power Ranger like just messed me up at 10
I
years
like
old.
that.
And that's when I was just like, oh shit, I need to be a fucking actor.
How did
Power
you?
Rangers.
What? Wow, that's
Yeah.
So I reacted like that because as soon as you said that, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I wanted to be a Power Ranger when I was a kid.
We
No,
all
seriously,
did.
I want to
remember
be
We
that
all
too.
did.
And I
Exactly.
thought about like if there was one thing that I remember watching that made me think, I want to be an actor, it was Power Rangers. But
Yeah.
I was like, if I would have, I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah.
And then you said it. And I was just like, oh,
No.
okay, I get it. But yeah, you never know what's going to inspire you to do something.
And then I found out way more about like how horrible that experience was for like the first season. Like I think they just grabbed these really, really young actors from Australia for like 2 months, didn't pay them shit. They just like filmed like the first, I guess, season or 2 of it, because first season or 2, it's like some found footage from some old Japanese show. They're actually in like Power Rangers, and all they actually need to film was teenagers in like Angel Grove or whatever. So they just filmed that like 2 or 3 months, and then they chopped it up with like the found footage from the Japanese show, and they took it back to America, and it became a fucking hit success. But like they paid those guys like, I don't know, something really ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That. Yeah. But yeah, we all wanted to be Power Rangers, and then when I kind of like understood the concept of being an actor and all that, I was just like, oh shit, I could portray a Power Ranger in my mind, and that kind of started my interest. Just like really taking classes every summer. I was like, yeah. Started from.
What was
I
your
wanted
favorite
to-
Power Ranger? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, I want to know what his favorite Power Ranger was.
I mean, it was between Jason and Tommy.
But
Yeah.
which Tommy?
Huh?
But which like Ranger of Tommy?
I think the White Ranger was a little bit more noble. I mean, the Green Ranger was badass.
He
So
was.
he was
He
badass.
He came in and hands
Well,
everybody.
here's the thing.
Single-handedly.
Single-handedly destroyed all 5 of them.
Yeah.
And like, just like y'all can't fuck with
And
me.
their Zord without even have to use his Zord. He went in, jumped in, pulled them out, and then whooped their asses again.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But like, can you imagine doing that
was
and then
a
being like,
menace.
I guess I'll join you guys? Like, I can't really join a group where I know I could whoop all 5 of y'all by myself. Like that. That's
he looked
weird.
he looked at Jason and he was like, "Look at me. I am the captain now."
Yeah, that was crazy. And Jason was mad too.
Yeah, he was.
Jason
He was definitely
angry.
bad. Like, damn.
Yeah.
He
Wait,
just-
what was your question?
Oh, I didn't have a question. I was gonna just piggyback off of
Oh.
that because you were talking about being an actor. I wanted
Yeah.
to do music.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. When I was a kid, seeing, don't laugh, but seeing like Lil Bow Wow and Lil Romeo, and seeing like kids like, oh, they can do music and they're kids. Like, I want to
Yeah.
fucking do that. So
Yeah.
that above everything else, like wanting to do music was, but I just never had that.
Have a rhyme book somewhere?
I did.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
We were
I-
pulling
We
that
gotta
shit out one
find
day.
that.
We were
I,
pulling that shit out
No,
one day.
as I did get
It'll
older,
be the
like
only time
middle
I ever
school
pull
and-
out.
As I got older, like middle school and high school, I did write like music and shit, and even had me and other friends had a music group where they were all like, it was basically like a rap group, basically. Yeah,
Damn.
like we had like a whole team, everything. It was like we were, what we're doing with this is what we wanted to do with that. We had our camera guy, we had a photographer. I was doing videos. That's when I got into filming and acting and stuff, but I was more interested with the behind the scenes stuff. So I was doing all the videoing, music videos, all that shit. And then I expressed interest in wanting to, I want to do music too. So they were, one of my friends, Caesar, shout out to Caesar. He was the one that actually kind of took me under his wing to refine like my flow, bars, and everything like that. Yeah, I actually have. There's actually 2 songs that I recorded. They were covered. Yeah. Oh, you'll never find them though.
Have you heard them?
No. This is
He
the
doesn't know
This is
this.
the first time I've heard any
Yeah.
of this.
It was me and a friend of mine did a remix.
I love a good
to-
origin story.
We
Did
did
the
a
remix
remix
to
to
Ignition?
shut the fuck up.
Hot and fresh out the kitchen?
No, we did a remix to The Weeknd's The Zone. That was probably like one of the first songs
Oh.
I did a recording to, and then me and 2 others did one to Guillotine. Raekwon. Yeah. And went with the whole theme of like how they use like the wordplay of like shoguns and all that shit, like how they have
Very
their
Wu-Tang. Yeah.
yeah, it was like really it was pretty good. Yeah, you'll never find them though. They're gone. I actually have there was a video of me singing a song that I had wrote for my then high school girlfriend over one of Drake's old ass songs. But
Of course, you had a Drake phase as an artist. Of course,
again,
you did.
you'll never find it. You'll never find it.
Ooh.
If anybody were to find it, I will find you.
Oh my god!
And I will hunt you down.
Y'all be threatening people on that
But-
show. Y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was I wanted to do music,
Damn.
and I have songs out there that are not gonna ever be found.
Oh. So you say.
And I had a lyric notebook too.
That's great.
Yeah,
You got to bring that.
Yeah.
it's probably. I'm not gonna say where it's at because I don't even want to look at it. I know
Damn.
where it's at. I know where it might be.
Oh.
It's not here in
I
LA.
hope
No,
we
no.
see it one day.
I hope
really
not.
dope. I really do.
I hope not.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I really hope
I'm
we
not
see
gonna
it
say
one
I
day.
was like nasty, like I was good, like crazy, but I had some bars in there where
You can use that Windows.
I wasn't gonna say I had crazy bars, but I was clever enough.
Yeah.
You think my jokes are clever?
Yeah, clever
Shit.
bars.
Yeah,
That's all you need to like start out and then clearly
yeah,
practice them.
yeah. So that was the one thing I wanted to do, and then I'm like, well, the group fell apart because the guy who started it was like, I don't know, he was weird, not weird, but he was just being dumb, and then we all separated, and then I was like, well, fuck it, this modeling and videography shit is pretty cool.
Nice.
Oh.
So you said you wanted to be an actor. So what drove you to, or what steered you towards becoming R&B? Is
Well,
that your
yeah? I mean, I
genre?
started doing art.
Okay.
Now that's something that I know that I've always wanted to. Like that was the thing. That's why I felt like as a performer, because I'm a performer. Like I'm a singer, but I'm also, and I feel like there is a level of acting that you need in order to perform music. You know? So in my mind, inherent, I always felt I knew I was an actor, but it was always music for me. But I think when I decided to become an actor professionally, like I literally stopped doing music to focus time to do, study acting. Like I went to a school, dedicated like 2.5 years to just studying the craft.
Right.
So that was in 2016 when I had watched that film. So that's when I decided like, oh, I want to do this professionally. I want to take this on.
Right.
It was about them. But yeah, music from I was a kid, honestly. Like I've sung in church, I've sung in school plays, like productions, like choir, like I've led choirs in school. It's basically been a part of my life from the moment I knew myself, to be understood my giftings. It was always like music was the thing. Yeah.
I guess what started to growing it into professional, taking it serious. So you've always taken it like.
Yeah, I mean,
Or-
I've had seasons because again, coming from the Caribbean, it's just like because you didn't really have social media. Like I had YouTube, like you had YouTube and MySpace, but my mind was nowhere like in the mindset of like it was like something that I wanted to manifest, but everything else around me was just like this. I don't know if this can happen. Like it was always a question. So I found myself doing things musically and creatively, but it wasn't like I had to take like a leap of faith to like really pursue it, and that came like in I want to say like my late teens, early 20s when I started like taking. Yeah. So I've done a lot of work. It's like I've literally had a career there, but then everything changed when I decided to leave and come here. So it's like now you're a different fish in a different pond. And it teach you're learning constantly about new things, about yourself, about the industry, and then social media has its own influence on that as well. So it's a industry that you have to be in it for the long haul, because it's literally about you just one day somewhere hearing your song and it's like you could blow up.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you got to show up every day.
You
to
are
it.
one TikTok video away.
Literally,
Any given moment.
Shit, that's how we feel.
exactly.
That's how we
Yeah.
totally, completely understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's rewarding because I look at it. I've finally found a balance because it used to stress me the fuck out. But the balance for me is just like, this is me. This is my thing. So I ain't going nowhere. So I'm good. That's how I got into it. That's what brought me to the States, because I want to achieve more. But like me gave me that opportunity.
But let me ask you, when did you when you came to the States, did you go into the service industry? Or did you have other jobs, or when did you go into the service?
Officially? So back at home in the Bahamas, tourism is our number one. So I've worked in hotels. I've worked in the concierge desk, like serving clients and front desk positions. So I know about service. So I'm actually really, when it comes to customer service, is something that I take pride in. I love it. So, but my first official restaurant job was, I was in Atlanta before I moved to LA, and I had gotten a job at this you guys know I've never been a bartender.
Oh, I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
Okay, did I have to be a bartender to be on the show?
No.
Okay,
We're not a we're not a bartender
Shit,
podcast.
yeah, this
Okay,
is,
I was just
Yeah.
We're gonna cut
Stick
this
a
real
chin
short
right now. Okay, I'm sorry.
You gotta
Take
put
that
on the
intro
tin.
back.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna cut this short now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No.
Yeah.
It's like,
no,
he lied on his resume.
Yeah.
He lied on his
Man.
resume to get
Another
that's how you get in.
How to get in?
I got 2 years experience, man.
Right?
Okay, whatever the minimum is, I have it.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
and that's one of the reasons why we've been very fortunate and happy that we are starting to get more people to
Yeah.
come onto the show, because we
You're
happen
shaking
to.
the hell out of that card.
Goddamn right.
Clink, clink.
The chair is louder, actually.
Can't hear the chair on the thing. So.
Oh, then you
Or
can't-
the cart,
then
but
you
it's
can't
just
hear the cart.
no.
Clank, clank,
it's
clank,
just-
clank, clank, clank.
Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, never mind. Now it's gone.
Now all you were gonna hear it when he's talking.
Yeah,
I've been hearing it.
yeah.
I was gonna point out and ruin it.
Oh. Sorry, can't help it.
Now they don't get
So
it.
let me
Sorry,
ask you,
yeah,
what
go
is
on.
He just had another question. He's like,
no, because
fuck
this
that story.
actually this piques my interest because
Yeah.
what is the tourism industry like from
Oh,
the
yeah.
industry perspective?
Yeah, so I mean, I think like I said, our number one industry is tourism. So everything, like I did hospitality studies in high school.
Oh,
That was an option that I took. So like you had your basic, what do you call it? Like subjects like math, English, and you could choose like a career course something that you do. So I chose music, food, nutrition, hospitality studies. Basically, it's a course that could like fast track you into like working in a hotel. For like, server, teach you proper storage, temperature,
prep and all that.
sanitation, prep, all that shit. So I learned all of that. So I did that, and because in my mind, I'm like, I'm like, me being a singer, like that's a far fetched idea. So let me do something else that I'm passionate about, which is food. And I decided to do that course while all my friends were like in chemistry and physics, and so I was like, I can do those classes, but I felt dumb going to school sometimes because I'm like, they're learning about physics and I'm cooking, but I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, in my mind as a kid, I'm like, am I gonna like, is this gonna be good when I graduate? Like, am I gonna be able to find a job?
To cook? Yeah.
Right, exactly. But I wasn't thinking like that. I was just like, cause it's one of those jobs like be a doctor, be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And my friends were on track to studying those courses, but I just had to stick with my passion. I was not going to be doing chemistry. Fuck no.
It often feels like a tough around you, like
Yeah.
on those tracks, and I'm gonna be a starving artist. All your friends are like doctors and lawyers, and I'm sleeping in my car in LA.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
It's kind of jarring because it's like, well,
Yeah.
I can do the shit that they're doing, but
Sure.
Your heart's not in it.
it's my
Your
heart's not really in it,
yeah.
right? And I know
that's the important part right there.
Exactly.
And spoiler alert, a lot of times they're
Right.
precisely.
Yeah, after like
Yeah.
5 or 10 years, they're like, fuck, man, I wanted to be a florist or
Yeah.
something.
Right, or whatever. Or,
And guess where they come to unwind? Back to us.
Come on.
Yes, yeah.
Exactly.
They come right back to us,
exactly.
and then they're sitting at our bars or at our tables and thinking, "Oh, I'd like to be a bartender now." It's like, what? Because you're looking for an escape. But 10 years ago, when your friend was doing this job, it wasn't good enough. So
Mm.
it's one of those things that where our industry is always looked down upon, but I feel like it's because most people, as guests, they're too close to the elephant.
Mm-hmm.
So they're looking at us and they're so close to us that they feel, oh, well, your job can't be that hard. Not realizing every job is hard. That's why it's a job. That's why they pay you for it. You know, it's just, but because our job is so front and center, and we're meant, you know, it's inherent within our industry to be told to minimize ourselves because we're supposed to be serving someone else. So
Right.
therefore, your friends may have looked at you, or you may have, and you said yourself, you felt that way where, hey, they're learning about chemistry and all of these things. What am I doing? Like, is this going to work out for me in the end?
Right.
And as we said before we started the show, is jumping out without a net.
Love that.
Sometimes you might not make it, but man, if you do, it's so much more rewarding to
So
chase
much
your
more
dream,
rewarding.
you know. Or
And the journey is itself is rewarding too, because
exactly,
Yeah.
there's no question of like, damn, like, I didn't bet on myself. Like, that's what I really want, to be able to every iteration. Wow, I really took a risk. I really like took a chance on myself, and I believed in myself. Like, that's my greatest one of my greatest things that I define as accomplishments, of like personal accomplishments, is when you won't give up on yourself.
right?
I think, because I think a lot of people end up doing that, and it's, we see the result of what that looks like. So I feel like for me, I've just been able to navigate life just better when I bet on me and I do what I want to do, and I don't go to the beat of anybody else's drum. Yeah, I might not have $1 million in my bank account yet,
Right.
but
There you go.
I'm very happy and I'm healthy, and I got good people around me, great energy, and I've been in situations before I could get myself out of them. Like, that's just how I see life. It's not this big dramatic, like, oh my God. Like, and when I think when society tries to put that on me, sometimes I will admit, like, I do feel it, and I do feel like, ugh, I don't like it, but then I just bounce right out of it, because I'm just like, but I know me.
Yeah.
And I know I can bet on myself, and I can stand on myself. So that's how I roll.
Do you think that I'm bringing it back because my question didn't get answered?
Per my last email.
Per my last email.
Per my last email.
Right.
So when it comes to tourists, do you feel, and now having worked here, do you think is there a difference when people go on vacation? Do they behave differently? Are they more rude? Are they nicer? Are they happier? I mean, I would assume they are because they're on vacation.
Yeah.
Like, how is tourism working at a hotel as opposed to like locals here
Yeah.
where you would work at? Like, is there any substantial difference?
I think definitely when people are on vacation and they're with their family, they're definitely in more of a joyful mood. And then also too, the Bahamas is like paradise. People come there, they come to the Caribbean and they're happy.
I literally saw an advertisement today. It said LA to La La Land, and it's nonstop flights from Los Angeles to the Bahamas.
Really?
Like, maybe an hour before you got here.
Yeah,
It's
that's
it's
crazy.
just a random
Well,
advertisement.
they just opened up I think it's Bahamas Air. That's our national flag carrier.
Ooh.
Alaskan Air. There are direct flights from LA straight to Nassau to the.
Oh shit.
So people from LA can travel now to the Bahamas on a one-way flight. Yeah,
He
and they
fucking
just
noted.
opened up like last year. They just opened up, those flights just opened up last year.
Let's convene, do another episode there.
Yeah, let's do it. Why
Like,
not?
seriously,
Hell,
I
let's-
mean, I would
Let's
love
try
that.
to figure it out. Figure out a way to do it, and do it
Yeah.
there
Why
on
not?
location, and you could really tell us about your home, and
Precise.
we'll have a ton more questions then.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
still
yeah,
got to
yeah.
finish this interview.
Yeah, of
obviously.
course. But to answer his question, so I do feel like from the people that I've experienced when I worked in the tourism industry there, they were genuinely nice. A lot of them came from America. A lot of them were mostly white people. A lot of people came from the UK, from Canada, and I don't think I've ever really had a bad interaction with a guest. Sometimes you will have like some people that like that that's their natural mood. Like they're not gonna smile. They're gonna be
Just angry
bitchy,
people.
right, and angry. but the thing about it is, those are the people that still come consistently. It's weird because like there would always be these guests that would come and they would be like, oh yeah, Mr. So and so is back from, you know, whatever, and everybody's like, oh God, who's gonna? Because I used to work at a massage. I was a concierge at a massage therapist parlor, and yeah, I went like a fancy villa hotel on one of the islands. So we would get like all the big names. Like I've met Randy Jackson, I've met Beyonce and Jay-Z had gotten massages up to their rooms one time. So this hotel this resort where I worked, it's pretty fancy. Yeah. One of the big ones. So you would have like, I remember I met Dick Wolf's wife. You know the guy that right?
Dick Wolf,
the one who writes.
Oh, okay.
SVU.
Gotcha.
I met his
yeah.
ex-wife. I met her, and she was a frequent guest. And I met Hillary Duff. And this is all while I was living in the Bahamas. So like while I was seeing all these people, I was like, damn, this is my sign. Like, I need to go to the States. Yeah. I need to move to America. Culture. I need to go to America. They're connecting with me too well. Sorry.
Did John Travolta ever come through?
I don't know. I definitely know when I was there, but maybe so. Like, I mean,
are you not aware I think last year or 2 years ago, it was like the whole thing with him and getting massages too, along with, what was that football player?
Oh, Watson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Along with John Travolta too.
In the Bahamas?
I don't know about in the Bahamas, but it was just like they would get personal masseuses to come to their house, and then they would proposition them, try to proposition them. So I was just throwing in a little.
Oh
joke.
no, I have not heard that.
Oh, yeah,
I was like, did this happen in the Bahamas?
I don't know if it happened in the Bahamas, but I know that
I should know. Why? I'm like, why didn't I know this?
Yeah,
he was jumped without a net.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was another one.
That one needed a net.
Massages. Sorry,
Yeah.
We didn't mean to leave you hanging. I
I
was just like, where's this going?
Exactly. Yeah. But to go back to answer the question, because I think this is so important. I think my experience now living in America and being in the service industry here, it's a big difference. Like I end up meeting the sweet people. I honestly do. But then I've also met some really terrible fucking people.
What do you are you still working service industry, or are you?
No, I left.
Okay.
I left.
What did you do when you were?
I was a host. So
Okay.
I've always been placed in like these positions, like as a front desk concierge guy, or
You strike me as a host.
yeah.
Person.
I'm that's my thing. I love to serve. But I always end up like being the one to like the face of the things. And it's pretty cool. I love it. I get to meet a lot of people, and it works for me.
How did you feel when you worked at Redacted Place?
I mean, we could say it. I actually.
Yeah,
we won't say the name of the place.
Yeah, we just
okay.
won't say the name.
Okay, that's fine. Well, you know what's so funny?
And that's why we don't say the name.
Tell us what's funny.
I'm already laughing.
I was a customer. I was a client, a guest first before I and I loved the ambiance. Right, I loved it. I was like, and at that time I was like, you know what?
I actually remember this.
Right, you remember this?
I remember him sitting at the bar, and he kind of was telling me like, "Hey man, how do you like working here? Do you think I should work here?" And I was and I was just like, I mean, it's a place to work, like, you know.
Right,
it's a job.
He gave me no forewarning.
I didn't.
That was your warning. In service industry language, he said, "Get out."
Right.
Get out.
It was
actually one of the girls walked past me. She's like, "You thinking about working here? You're working here?" She's like, "You need to leave. Like, you do not want to work here."
Someone said that?
Yeah, someone told me that when I was filling out my application.
Why you're filling out?
Literally, they're like, she's like, "You don't want to work here.
Don't do it."
And the way she said it, I was like, "Oh, this must be a disgruntled employee," because I was like, the way she said it, I was like, "Why is she even telling me this?" So I was like, maybe somebody pissed her off today. I was like, whatever. Anyway, finish.
No, that's just what I remember, and I remember you saying like, hey, "I think I'm gonna work here," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I just like, all right, and then I feel like I didn't see you for a couple months, and then next thing I know, you were there, but you were like in the training. I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
he did it. Oh wow, he's here."
Okay.
All right. Well,
Welcome to hell. This is Hell Week.
Yeah.
Well, and they really sold me on that training. But it was so funny though. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But I will say this much: I didn't working there was actually pretty cool. Let me tell you why. Because I've met like recently a lot of new people in my life, and a lot of people that I met at place, the restaurant. And for me, like even some of the people that work there, like I met some really cool ass people. So for me, it's always about like the pros of working at these places. Like you really get to meet people that you fuck with, and you get to, because you're in an environment where it's so aggressive, it's so fucking crazy. If you can connect with people in those types of environments, it makes the experience more meaningful. So I've had a lot of meaningful experiences there.
You trauma bond.
Oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trauma bond.
That
Is that what that is?
service
No.
industry.
Yep,
Yeah.
that
You're
is
in the
exactly what it is.
trenches with other people, and you guys are both going through it, and you guys have so much like commonality in going through that struggle. But also,
But is
I
that
do,
a bad thing though?
Not really.
no, that's
Okay.
why I'm not.
Because trauma
Yeah.
bonding sounds terrible. Like
It-
damn.
No, it's
Well,
just because of the negative stigma around the word trauma. But
Yes.
trauma still exists. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Just because something bad happened doesn't mean you shouldn't talk about it. It's
That's
actually
true.
the reason you should talk about it.
That's true. Yeah.
And
It's the reason why we have this show too, so
Yeah.
people can talk about
that's
Exactly.
it.
literally what this show is.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Could be the
Trauma
title.
bonding. Timestamp that.
Yeah. No, so I
Huh.
there's that, and then I also believe that in terms of most of our fellow employees there are we're all like young people, a lot of times pretty new to LA.
Yeah.
A lot of us trying to figure it out. A lot of us artists or adjacent to dance, acting, music, or whatever. So
Mhm.
we're all kind of here and do the same thing, and so that lends to us really bonding over that as well.
Of
and
course,
then
yeah.
you get to meet other people that are in the struggle, trying to do it,
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
make
yeah,
it
yeah.
work. And then we also find each other doing the same work as well, and we go through similar experiences at this job. And so yeah, I
100%.
think that's where you can find that. And then also we also do have good guests that do come in there, are really cool.
Good
You
people.
connect with them, and you end up meeting up with them at Fight Club across the street. And and you have a good drink with them, and then it's like, oh shit, you're really cool peoples when I'm not, in my work attire, and we're not in this kind of bartender server guest role. Like we could just like sit next to each other and just have a chat about
Have a
life.
chat, yeah.
Yeah, and so that also happens because you're meeting so many people, and you being there at the front desk. like,
Yeah.
you're the first person a lot of them talk to, and so they're that warm invite that you give them might already like imprint on them and allow them to want to, so on and so forth. So like yes, like it's definitely a good place for that, and good on Redacted, but good experiences do happen there, good bonds do happen there. So come on down. No, I'm not saying- No.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just speaking my truth about
Yo,
like,
100%.
the whole thing about it, because I think because I went in there with this optimistic mindset, what really pissed me off it wasn't not so much the restaurant and the clients. It was actually the microaggressions that I was getting from people that I was working with,
Yeah.
or the
Oh.
people that were in management. That really was the thing that was grinding my gears, because I could deal with the guests. And I remember, maybe because I come from a service-based background, like I've studied hospitality
Right.
studies, a lot of things that people I feel like would be annoyed at, or quirks like that, those things don't affect me because it's already ingrained in me to not even perceive that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What makes it toxic for me is when I'm getting that from the people in the front of me and also the people in the back of me. That's when it becomes unbearable, because I need to feel like I'm being supported and that I'm a part of a team, even if we are trauma bonding. If we're gonna trauma bond, at least let's support each other in the trauma.
Right.
Like, don't, people just have done some really messed up things that is just like, that's the part of it for me. I just don't like to experience that. And what it did was it actually built thicker skin for me, because I realized, again, I can't take it personal.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is what people do when this is where they are most of their week. you will be miserable. You will be, and people just don't know how to navigate their feelings and their emotions and how they can also affect other people that they're working with. Because if you bring an energy into the space and you stay in that mode and we're working side by side, I have to deal with that.
It's gonna feed your energy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know,
because you're standing up there next to another person for
for 5 hours. Like, at least let's make this fun. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's just how I feel. Because we got people, and especially in downtown LA, like you get people. Some people don't even look you in the face.
right.
Like they'd be like, just book this or whatever, and it's just like, hi, good day, how are you?
Mhm.
Like, you're gonna step in here correct.
Right.
Like let's redirect the conversation. Like you're coming in here and you're coming in here with a good attitude.
We're gonna both be human beings.
Right. So I just demand, I pull it out of people, like, but I checked out at one point when I was getting it from like management, and then I just realized like, oh, we're all just fucking stressed and people just don't know how to manage their emotion. So now I just need to know not to take it on it.
Right.
And that's when I had a shift in my life. I was like, this is good. Like when you just don't,
When you just
Yeah,
emotionally check out.
yeah, like
It's
I'm like, this
yeah.
is really good. Like, okay, I'm gonna see you later. I'm over here.
Right.
I'm sipping Casamigos over here. Whatever you got going on, you keep that right there.
Yeah.
Casamigos?
I know.
That's your go-to?
It's
Everyone
one of
has
them.
a flaw.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
That's fair.
Tito's. I mean, I don't know. I'm picking all the notes. I'm just,
No,
it's okay.
I do like that you say that because it reminded me of something that happened recently, actually, there on Friday, because I was having a rough week. We all have our rough weeks.
Yeah.
Typically, I never take home to work, but in this particular instance, home worked with me, so I wasn't able to take. I wasn't able to leave home at work.
Damn.
Don't do it, folks.
Don't do it. Do not do it, please.
Don't do it.
No, you know what? I mean, I'm all joking aside. It is what it is. Like, do it, don't do it.
Live your life.
Shit just fucking
It just
happens.
happens.
It's just
No, I get
in
it.
this particular instance, it was like, all right, well, you're gonna feel every piece of this today, buddy. And I was going through my shift, and I just happened to be not working where I could talk to a lot of guests and get my mind off of it. I was in
Yeah.
production, and I was not having a good night. I was not, because I thought being in my head, just working tickets would be what I needed. It was the opposite.
Yeah.
And I just went deeper and deeper into this fucking rabbit hole.
I
and just-
watched it in real time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And, what snapped me out of it was, he was there and he spoke to me
Yeah.
for a second time because I didn't respond well the first time, which to me, I was just like, you gotta put your wall up. You got to get through the shift. Just work your tickets. Just do what you got to do. But not realizing outwardly, I was showing like,
You were,
like
dude.
something's wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in your mind, you're just like stoic. You're good.
You look like me, like I do on every shift.
Yeah. No, I look worse.
Bro,
It was bad.
Oh, it was that bad?
It was bad
Damn.
because fucking Kia took a video of it and I got to see it and I was like, oh, that's
Damn,
what I
wanna see
look
this
like.
video.
Oh shit. Somebody
Yeah.
recorded you.
Yeah. Well, not that they were recording
I
me
know,
per
like,
se.
but they-
they
but it was-
were recording because Rob was trying to talk to me. I think Chris was with me, right?
Chris,
Shout
yeah.
out to Chris for
Shout out to
sure.
Chris.
And then Kia walks in, and then Kia's like, "Oh, hey," and I'm like, "Rob's right there, and you're here.
Exactly.
You guys." Now it's like you look up and you're like, "Okay, the people I'm working with in this particular instance, they could not pull me out of those trenches that night. Like
Yeah.
they were trying. And the person I was working to, bless their heart, they just weren't equipped with that because they didn't know me.
Yeah.
So
Right.
for them, they were just like, oh, something must have went wrong, yada, yada, so forth and so on. But then the people who knew me were like, hey, you're not being yourself. You were the one who said it. You said it in the right way. Like, hey, you cool? We cool? And I'm like, what do you mean we cool? Like,
Yeah. No,
we
'cause-
cool? Wait, what did I do to you? And then I realized, well, what am I doing to the person working next to
Next
me?
to you. Yeah.
And then what if a customer sees that and then they're thinking, well, I don't want to go to this bartender because he looks fucking pissed.
yeah.
Like you don't want to bring that energy in, and then sometimes it happens. But thankfully, the environment that I do work in, people I do work with, it was a short term, like 2-hour thing.
Yeah.
maybe a little longer or whatever. And then by the end of the night, we were all
It was great.
fucking
was
doing
good.
good. And it's like, that's one of the things that I love about this. You can have the worst night and the best night
And the
at
best
the
night at the
same
same time.
fucking
Yeah.
time.
100%.
And all you need is that one guest interaction or that one coworker interaction,
Mm-hmm.
friend interaction, whatever it is, but it can just really just and just make everything come back. But if you're working in a place that's not supplying those moments, how can you stay?
And you know what's so funny? What shifted it for me, because it's so funny though, like, because I had put in my like the land right on the week of my concert. I left the week of my concert, which was birthday. But after, like, in those 2 weeks, like, everything turned around for me. Like, I really just like I was intentional. Like, when I come here, like, I'm not taking anything on. Like, I'm really, even if it irks me, like, I'm gonna have to learn how to like take that energy, transmute it. And I think I definitely found it, because it felt like I got hired for the first time again. Like when I went there as who I was, because I felt like the environment was changing me, and I didn't like what I was becoming. And I was like, this isn't. I was like, this is not me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh nope, fuck no. And then I had to redirect, go through all those things, and then just learn that these are people like me that I work with that are gonna have issues. What they're going through has absolutely nothing to do with. And when I literally offered that to myself, everything changed. It, like, people, and he could tell you, he can attest to this. I have been on shifts where guests have literally said, when you get off, we want you to come to our table. Like, we will buy you drinks. I've had that happen multiple times. Am I right?
Sure, yeah. Yeah,
Sure,
I'm over in my bar.
He's over
world.
in the bar.
Yeah, so I know you're a great host, and I'm positive that it's happening.
That is a great wing person right there.
No, I know,
because
yeah.
Now everybody's gonna think I'm a liar.
No,
not at all.
I know his energy, and I believe that. I just, on my honor, as a person that I
Bring Robin back. Robin can attest to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yes.
Robin will be back in a couple
No,
of
because
weeks.
Robin would end up serving the table most of the time, and she would always say it. But I just bring that back in. It's just that our industry is so powerful. Is that people? I love the fact that people are happy when they come into an establishment, and my presence makes them happy.
Yeah.
I love when I go
That is
to
a great
a
thing.
bartender, and this is my bartender, because I don't think you guys, I mean, I don't think people realize, y'all probably know, but people, especially the people that come consistently, they see you as a friend.
Hmm.
So if they see you behind the bar and you don't look like your normal cheerful self, or something is off, like, they're gonna take that shit to heart, because a lot of people really, they fuck with you. People people from that establishment are now a part of my life.
Right.
Like, they're friends. They've helped me. They've supported my events, you know. So that's a powerful opportunity to make some things happen. You just never know who you're gonna meet and the people that you're gonna touch. So I love it. I just said to me, like, once I had to fix that area about, like, me dealing with my coworkers, once I got healed from that, or what do you call it, delivered from that, like, it changed everything. Right, I've been delivered. So I don't take it on. And that just frees me up.
Yeah. But speaking of guest interaction, there's actually like a story I wanted to kind of tell.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick. I've kind of told both of you that I had a story that involved you that I wanted to fucking tell.
Oh, okay.
So for Chris out there, because I know he's listening.
Oh,
Oh boy.
I know where he's about to go with it.
Yeah, so for Chris, this is the part you've been waiting for.
Wow. You guys planned? Okay.
No, we didn't plan it, because I didn't tell Chris what I was going to say either.
Okay.
So this is several weeks, episodes, whatever in the making. There was one point where I said on the show, and I pride myself on being the person that you don't say about what you won't say to. Meaning, I'm not going to say anything when you're not in the room that I'm not willing to say if you're in.
Okay.
And I have said about Chris, you know, when he would first come in, would annoy me because the way he would talk was like, he was fishing to find out, well, what's my angle to talk to this bartender? And I would say, like, sometimes it felt forced.
Right.
Like, don't force your friendship on me. Just let it happen. I was like, man, it is annoying. And then I swear it was, yeah. Chris.
That is an insane visual right there, man.
Yeah.
That is an insane
Yeah.
visual.
That's,
Not that you said full on just. I didn't even try to like cone your hand. You said
Got through that hymen, I guess.
yeah, he's just Chris fisting it.
that's how hard he was going.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
but it was one of those things that I after
When are we gonna
saying
take
that-
another shot?
Oh, yeah, come on.
Can I
let's
go? 'Cause-
Pour him up.
Yeah.
Some,
you
hey, if
might
anybody
want
wants
to
to pour him up. I'll
Yeah.
finish the story. But
Yes.
just saying, when that happened,
Right.
like
Please.
when like I said, I did feel the need to talk about it on the show because it was a conversational thing. I always, God damn it, man.
The man wants our full attention.
It's not about that. It's just the visual. Because anyway, all right. Point is, I wanted to say with Chris, obviously, it's not that he was trying to force a friendship thing. It's just an interaction where someone is trying to find a common ground.
Yeah.
Because for him, he had never really interacted with me that much. I didn't work days that often back then. So him being a regular, he's like, well, I got to find something to talk to this guy about. Coincidentally, right after I said that on the show, he found his thing. Bam. Now we're buddies. Like, we're cool. And it was an eye-opening thing for me because sometimes when we have those interactions with people, all it is just like a miscommunication or a cross wire. And you may think that someone really doesn't like you or has a problem with you. They don't. Absolutely do not, and shout out to Chris for just being Chris, because that's one thing I will say about Chris. I've never seen Chris be anyone other than Chris. And that's what brings me to yesterday, because Jonzabé comes in. He comes in. Do you need the shot as I tell the story? Yeah,
Yes.
let's go. Right. Come on. Oh, no. Why would you not take one? Don't be rude. You're going to have everyone else take a shot except for you and me? Anyway, so Jonzabé comes in and he immediately comes to speak to me because he saw me there. So he came in with the best of intentions, but Chris was sitting right in front of my well. Pause for shot. I'm sure everyone's tired of hearing the squeaky chair, but fuck it.
Can't hear it. I made sure of it.
Appreciate you. So he literally says, oh, I just came in to say hi to you. And he looks at Chris and he's like, oh, hey, you're here. So you can buy me a drink.
Oh,
I can tell he's joking. So I'm like, oh, he's joking. But Chris looks and is like, fuck you mean I gotta buy you a drink? Like, that's his energy. He immediately is like, the fuck you mean?
the thing is, I see him saying that so vividly,
Right.
and yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure a way to describe him, but like he's a scrappy guy. He's
Right.
not, he doesn't look too He doesn't look like a scrappy guy, but he can turn pretty quickly with like just the way he'll say something. And he's
Right.
like, "Oh, you got a little bite in you, bro."
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool, yeah.
It's like adding too much ginger to a cocktail. It's like it's got a little bite to it.
Yeah.
But so when Chris has that energy, and then you go, wait, I feel like I know you.
We had met before.
Right.
But
And that's
it
what
just,
I heard.
it just hit me. I was like, I know you. That's
Right.
what it was when I said it wasn't like, oh, I think I know you. Like, no, we had met before at the restaurant.
Yeah.
But I had asked him, I was like, have we met before? And he was like, no. Like he was just, yeah. And I was like, okay. But you know me, I didn't take it personal.
Right.
And then I saw him another night, which was the night before that day. And then I see him at, when I come to talk to you about the podcast,
Yeah.
I see him there.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, have we met before? I know you.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I mean, I swear to you, I feel like that man is who I say he is. Who I say he is.
Right.
But if he says that that's not him, I'm gonna just have to.
Right. So
But yes, explain.
So the way this goes down as the bartender watching it, here I have one of my regulars and one of my new friends interacting, and I hear both of them say, "We have kind of met before." Like they both acknowledge, both kind of met, like in passing, that kind of do.
Yeah.
But then John says, "Wait, did you go? Are you from New York?" And Chris is like, "No, I am not from New York." But he's just very indignant about it.
Very indignant and very like
Very indignant,
Yeah.
but not to the point of being rude. He's just like, "No,
Right.
I'm not from New York."
Right.
I was like, did you ever study in New York?
But then I hear later on he says like, "No, I'm born from here. I'm born from LA." And I was like, "Oh, that's why he said it that way."
Yeah.
You don't tell
It's
someone
like,
from
don't you
LA they're
dare.
not from LA.
Yeah.
I'm born
And that's why he
raised.
was like, "Oh, like that."
and it's the same.
And so
vice
you were like,
versa.
"Well, maybe we went to school together." I went to, a school of performing dramatic arts
Dramatic arts,
Right.
yeah.
in New York. And then Chris goes, "Well, I didn't even know that was a thing. So I know I wasn't
Right.
there."
Oh my
And so
God.
me as the bartender hearing this, I'm like, this is a bit. Because when you look at, Chris,
Yeah.
when you look at Chris's face, he looks serious, but in a way that doesn't look serious.
Yeah.
He looks like he's fucking with you.
Right.
He is very fucking serious.
Yeah.
That's so confusing.
And it was so confusing. So for me, I'm listening to the story and I'm just dying laughing because as I told Chris, after this whole interaction was done, I told Chris, I was like, the part that was most confusing for me is I didn't know who was playing a bit, who wasn't, where it was going to go.
Right.
And it was so awkward that all I could do was laugh because both of them eventually would kind of like stop talking to each other. And one of them would talk to me because Chris was also trying to order a drink. And you were confirming coming through tonight to record the show and
Yeah.
everything. And then I'm hearing, and then I hear Chris go, like, "Are you doing a bit right now?" And I was like, "Oh, no, he's serious." Because I had started tuning it out.
Yeah.
I heard that and I came back in. I was like, "Wait, so y'all really don't know each other?" And then, y'all kept talking. And then, you left and it was like, "All right, I'll see you tomorrow." And then you leave. Chris is like, "I don't know that guy. I don't know him." And I was like, yeah, that was kind of weird, but Chris was like, "He's calling me a liar." And I was like, I get why you feel that way, but I don't think he meant it that way. But at the same time, I do understand when you're like, "No, I didn't do something." And then we started laughing, and then it's like, yeah, it's like Dave Chappelle. It's like, "I didn't fuck that bitch. Please believe me. Please believe
And
me."
the thing about it is, like, for me, right, it's like, I don't care. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But I'm like, if I see somebody that that I was in school with, like, I mean, again, I don't know. Maybe I just had a really great childhood, even though I had a lot of trauma. But like if I see somebody from my past, like I'm gonna get excited because it's a marker for me, right? So I'm like, this is what you make memories, and whatever. And I honestly feel in my heart, or felt in my heart, because I'm just like, at this point I don't even care.
Right.
The fact that it dragged into something like it did yesterday, I should have just been like, "Hey, the podcast, blah blah blah," because it manifested into something. But hey, here we are.
It was funny.
It was funny. It was a good scene.
It was a funny scene because both of you walked away from it the same way. Like, yeah, that went on far too long.
Exactly.
You both felt that. I saw it on both of your faces. But the thing is, the bar was empty.
Just this.
It's just this.
It was
This is
Oh,
entertaining.
shit.
It was an
Yeah.
empty bar.
And
But
that's why it
also-
went on so long.
The funniest thing for me visually is just because knowing you, Chris, you guys just have such different energies
It's
where you
very
guys
different.
come from. So like, I just imagine you're very energetic, like curious, like, "No, I think da da da," and Chris is just like, "Nope, that's not what it is. I don't know what you're doing right now, but I don't like it. I want to shut it down."
Yeah.
And like, that's just like your energies and the refusal for either of your energies to try to meet middle.
Yeah.
Looking at it from
Yeah,
your
for
perspective was
me,
probably
I
just a fucking television show.
It felt like a show, right?
It was literally because he's a lawyer. You're an artist. I'm just watching a lawyer and an artist.
Hold on,
Yeah,
wait, he
go
says
ahead.
he's a lawyer. I thought he said that.
He works at a law firm.
He works at a law firm, but I'm
Yes.
just saying
Yeah.
he's around that.
Yes.
So here you have this person who a lot of their
Your
day-
Honor, I don't know this man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, "I don't know this man. I'm sorry, but I don't know this man."
Yeah.
It was
Sorry
It's
one
like
of
what he
those-
said, I'm
but-
sorry
and-
to that man. I don't know.
Yeah. And for Chris, he's also one of those people that He works downtown. He doesn't want to deal with traffic like a lot of people
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
who go to a bar for happy hour or something like that. A lot of regulars, that's why they're a regular. How many bar conversations has this man had where someone walks up to him like, I know you, I know you, I know you.
Right.
He doesn't know that that's not what you're doing, but he already has, like, he has his script ready.
But remember,
And it was
though, we've talked, like, that wasn't our
Right.
first conversation.
Right. And so
I
that
met him
was-
and we built a relationship. So that's why when he saw, because he had saw me, I told you I'd seen him the day before that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So when I said it's like if I'm walking into, like, I come here and I'm like, I know you.
right.
Like, I can do that because we've built we built somewhat of a rapport, and I can say, I know you. Yeah, like, you know, obviously I wouldn't say this because I've never been to Puerto Rico, but I'm like, I know your mom. You're from Puerto Rico. You know, I met her in Puerto Rico, whatever. If I was there, right, and we had a relationship, so it felt like, you know, like when you see people that remind you of people from, like, the past or your or it was like, oh my goodness, is it you? And if the person says no, it's like, oh, okay, well, damn, you look like so and so.
Right.
But
It didn't sound like you ever got to that point. It sounded like
It
you.
never got there, but I feel it's just because their communication styles were so different.
So different.
It's different.
That there was never that it was like two people being on a bridge.
Well, can I tell you why?
Yeah.
Because normally, like, again, I wouldn't care about this.
Right.
Like, and I feel like I just want to put this on the table that I'm not a crazy person going around bars telling people, like,
And he didn't think you were.
But
either.
here's
Yeah.
why I did that, though, because literally
Going to every bar like, I know
Exactly.
you. Why aren't you buying me a
So
drink?
when you told that
Yeah.
story,
Friends.
that's exactly how it
That's how,
sounded.
that's how you made it
That's
start.
His,
Yeah.
that's his hustle.
So
right
fuck
there.
you for that.
Right. But I'm telling you, that's how it
You're not
sounds.
talking. You know
What was your opening line?
I'm never going to be a guest on the show again because you.
What was your
this is like
opening
your
line?
third fuck up.
No. But what was
You
your
missed
opening
my
line?
introduction.
Then
you
helped
did
give
something
you the
else. I can't
longest
remember. And now you're
introduction
painting me
ever.
as a crazy person.
No, I made. I
I'm
had
never
your
coming
back.
back
I had
on the
your
show
back.
again. I'm never coming back
I just
here.
got a live Yelp review.
You did.
Yeah. Where's your fucking manager?
Oh
It's
my
ridiculous.
God.
Go to our Spotify and rate it, be like a
If I-
one star.
If I can give it 0 stars,
I was
I'm
a
going to
guest.
speak so negative about this podcast.
I was a guest on this show.
All that positive
and,
shit. Like, they are terrible. They
gaslit me the entire
They
time.
gaslit me.
Fucked up my
They
entire
brought me
life.
on to
God.
embarrass me.
If I could
to
put 0
defame my
stars, I
character.
would.
I
Yeah.
would.
yeah,
Literally,
That's
you will get it.
hilarious.
You will be hearing from my people. Damn.
We're gonna get doxxed.
Of course.
Oh,
But again, I say that to say, like, I was like, but the reason why was because the person that I'm talking about has the exact same. So it just felt familiar.
Right.
I was like, oh, because that's when I interacted with that person at that time, it was the same kind of scenario. So I thought I was being like, oh, you're doing a bit. Like, you're just trying to see how long this can go. Because I was really waiting for him to say, like,
Oh.
I was fucking with you. Like,
right.
Oh, you
I
really
spent-
believe
I
this?
spent
the whole time. I really did.
Oh,
I spent
that's
the whole
funny.
time
because
thinking
that's
that
his personality.
Right.
That's the
I have to go check
Go
it.
ahead. I spent the whole time thinking that was going to happen.
Yeah, that's the person's
and that's
personality.
Why I kept laughing.
I am like, honestly, if it wasn't,
That's hilarious.
and I guess it was because I was like, hold on, wait, are you fucking with me? Like, are we? Because I was like, if you keep going, I'm gonna keep going. And then
Right.
eventually, because I was the one that ended. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see you tomorrow for
Right.
the podcast.
I remember that.
Because I was just
Absolutely.
like, so I don't know. I mean,
That's hilarious.
it was hilarious. It was
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
Shout out
it was like,
Chris.
do I move? Oh yeah, shout out to Chris. But I was just saying, it was that awkward moment. Like, do I change seats in this conversation? Do I just leave early? I came here to speak to a particular person, and then this happened. And it
Also,
was just,
the bar is empty is fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
There's nobody in there.
There's no
nobody else there.
escape from this.
and also Chris sat through a blackout.
I did that before. I tried to do that.
No,
and they
our
kept-
shit blacked out.
Mm.
5 minutes after he sit down and got his beer, the lights went out.
For how long?
About 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was just chilling at the bar. Only person there, just chilling.
God bless
So
him.
he had a night.
But then the person that in school would be their personality, like
Well,
their.
I think that's also one of those things where when you come from a different place and you grew up in the Bahamas
yeah.
and want to live in New York, have you lived there at all?
No, I haven't.
Right.
I mean,
but,
yeah, I've
but
lived
the-
there.
but
Yeah,
the-
when I went
but
to
you
school
also
there.
said you lived in Atlanta.
For a short time.
For a short
yeah.
time.
I lived in Atlanta for a
But
short
I'm
time.
just saying, being someone who is from a different place than LA and has been well traveled, you do run into people who look like someone else.
Yeah.
It just happens, and sometimes they look and act and sound like that. You know, one of my friends says that he has a friend that he's like, y'all guys are around the same age, kind of look alike, you act alike. It's just one of those things. When you feel like, hey, here I am, a fish in a different pond, a fish in it. Yo, he's got his hat. He got his hat. He feels better. But you're a fish in a different pond, and you're like, hey, here's that bit of home. Here's that bit of my past that is something I can connect to. When you kind of feel like I'm saying that for other guests. When they see someone in a bar, or they're saying like, oh, I see someone, I think I recognize them. And I think a lot of times people take that too far. So for someone like Chris who would sit at a bar, and this is the last time we're going to talk about it. I'm not going to spend the next 30 minutes talking about Chris.
Yes.
Is
But
this
I'm
a
just
Chris
saying,
episode or a John episode. What is
Strike
it?
4. Strike 4.
Don't look at me, man. You just
bringing it attention to shut the fuck
Digging-
up. You weren't
digging
even
your
here
own
a minute ago. God damn it. You
I'm always
always
here.
make me lose my fucking
Man.
point. God damn it. Yeah. No,
Alright,
well,
always-
my main thing is just saying that there are a lot of times where guests will take that too far. And for someone who is a regular at a handful of different establishments, after a while you kind of get tired of answering those questions, because some people do tend to lean into that. Some people do come in and sit down and say, oh, buy me a drink. It's my birthday. Buy me a drink because of this, or let me act like I'm your friend. Because I just had someone do that on Saturday. You know, I saw you later Saturday night, but earlier Saturday evening, we had a gentleman sitting at the bar and he was offering to buy drinks for people. And then come to find out, like, he didn't have any money on his card because he was basically offering to buy drinks for people to get them to buy drinks for him. And that way, when it came to the end, it was like, well,
Okay.
dude, you know, so we see those types of people all the time, you know, and that's where my, you know, uncomfortable laughter kind of came from in that moment. Is just, I know this isn't what this sounds like, but for the two people in it, they don't know that yet because you're the ones in it.
Right.
That was all I had. Sorry. Landed on such a soft note.
It's okay. It's okay. I actually had something I wanted to bring up.
While you're queuing that up, wondering, so in your time while navigating the service industry, how is that really your freedom to
Like being there,
as
or
in like
not
choosing
being
to be in
there?
the service industry, choose the service industry or continue to pursue it as you've been in New York, Atlanta, and LA because of the freedom it allows you to arts as opposed to other jobs? Because I feel like that's what leads a lot of people.
Yeah, I think so. I think that that's a part of it. It's also too because it's something that I do very well. It's yeah, it's something that it comes naturally, and it's yeah, I'm fine with doing it.
Okay.
But I do like the flexibility because working a consistent shift in a particular environment is like I need spontaneity. I need versatility.
Not a lot of jobs that allow you to do
Exactly,
like your
not at all.
scheduling, day off, less than 12-hour notice.
Especially the ability to text someone else at your job, like, hey, can you cover my shit?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, like, not many jobs allow you to do that because they're usually staffed up exactly the
Yeah.
job that day. Our jobs is everything's overlap.
Yeah.
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 This is two things. First one, that one place we used to work at closes at the end of the month. That's cool.
The end of
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
month or next month?
Next month.
Next month.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can't wait to get out of Black History Month. Come on, man.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
You walked right into that. Come on.
You said I wouldn't be in an episode during Black History Month, and here I am.
Cutting it off right at the end.
And it just happened to be
Barely.
my episode.
Better late
What
than
an
never.
ally of you.
Better late than never.
And your flag is in it.
He shows up at the end of March.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is. It's on my chanclas.
You know.
Oh, so this is gonna be complete side bar and shift because this is some crazy shit that I saw. I saw this video where this kid, I'm assuming he's a kid, he looks about 24 maybe. It's so weird to call somebody a kid.
I know. Wait until you see my age.
Yeah.
So he goes on TikTok to say that he used to work at this strip club in Atlanta. Didn't specify which one, which was probably smart. And he basically, you know what? Fuck it. Where's the remote? I'm just gonna show you guys. I'm not gonna paraphrase. Fuck. I didn't want to show it because I didn't want to include it in the editing. I was trying to be lazy about it, but fuck it. Here we are. Yeah. I'm gonna roll the tape. Give me 1 second. I'm just talking for the empty space.
I like that you picked that still frame on that second video. The
Let's go ahead and
no
mirror.
stopperata.
Oh, right. Yeah.
All right. So
Been off
is
the
the
crowd.
volume up? Cool. All right. Check this shit out.
All right, I'm finna start snitching in 3,
Actually, hold on.
2.
Turn it down.
one.
a little bit so it doesn't catch on the
So I used to work at this strip club in Atlanta while I was going to school and shit, and I was the bar back. So they had me in the liquor room, like that shit was damn near my office. So all them expensive drinks, say like what y'all thought y'all was drinking? Don Julio, Patron, or Douce, Grey Goose, Hennessy, all that name brand shit. You might not have been drinking that all the time. Well, don't get me wrong, like if you was there at the beginning of the night, yeah, you probably had some. But as the night goes on, y'all not drinking that. Cause say them bottles was running low, right? Say we running out of them bottles. It was my job to get the cheap liquor that we had, put a funnel in the bottle, and fill that motherfucker back up to the top. And then put the spout back on it, and then seal it back up with a plastic seal with a hair dryer. Look like it was brand new. So you got some cheap ass $20 tequila and a $300 bottle of Patron or Don Julio. Some cheap ass cognac and a bottle of Hennessy and Douce. And the shit was, sometimes the shit would be too light. I'm like, oh, it don't look like that. So you'd be like, man, just take the old rest of the bottle and mix it and swish it around so it'll look like it's the same color. Ain't that some bullshit? One, it's dark up in the clubs. You can't even really tell for one. Two, people are already drunk and they just want to get more drunk. So they're not even questioning if it's, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's questioning if the liquor that's in them bottles is the liquor that's supposed to be. They're just gonna buy it and they're just gonna drink it. That's why I bring my own shit in the club, bro. Because it's like, y'all already know y'all already overcharging me. And you probably not even overcharged me for the shit I'm supposed to be overcharged for. Some other cheap shit.
Right.
Okay. So let me start off first.
Yeah,
I'm
please
gonna
do.
say that is extremely illegal. We do not condone that, and we do not condone and condemn places that do that. That is fucked up. As much as shit as I talk, I will always give people what they pay for, the amount they pay for. That shit is fucked up. Whatever strip club that is, I hope they close. I hope they start doing an investigation at where this guy worked at. I don't think he's at any fault because he's doing what he's told. I think he's good, right? If anything,
He's good.
The owners of that place. So that's fucked up. That is wrong. Completely illegal. That is not okay.
However, with that being said, I love that it just shows how dumb times that the whole idea of paying $300 for a Patron bottle.
No. The bottle is $300.
Yeah.
So, how much did they pay for it at the club?
Oh, the club? How much did the club
That's
pay
what
for?
I'm saying. No, if the bottle is $300,
Yeah.
your markup at that table usually is closer to 15.
I think he was saying
No, that's the markup.
The markup is $300.
Like the table is paying $300 for that bottle of Patron. Patron is not $300.
They're paying.
No,
They're
He
paying
said
for the
Don
bottle.
Julio.
The table.
He's
The
talking
table.
about the 42. 42 is 300.
He
That's
didn't
what
mention
they bu-
42.
I know, but that's the part that he's not covering. But we all know what bottles people are buying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're buying 42. That is 300. That's
Yeah.
a $300 bottle. What I'm saying is the club is not going to charge you $300, correct?
Well, he
Going off
didn't
of
say
what
if
he
it was the
was-
Magnum bottle or not. He just said
But
bottle.
we know. I'm just
Right,
saying,
right.
let's skip to the part
Right.
where we are talking about strip clubs and we know what bottles people are buying. They are buying Don Julio 1942 because of
Clase
the bottle.
Azul.
Clase
fucking-
Azul. They want the bottle. I just had someone doing that last night. Give me the white bottle. I want the white bottle. I don't even know what it's called. Give me the white bottle.
Yes.
So if you have people in a strip club trying to stunt, you're not stunting with the little 42. You stunting with the little Don Julio, like the Blanco bottle. You're gonna be like, oh, you actually paid $300 for that. Let's be real and just talk about what this cat is really talking about. He's talking about a place, like you said, they are charging you 4 figures for a cheap bottle of alcohol
And the table too.
and the
Because
table.
they charge you for the
Exactly.
You
table.
gotta buy
to
the
sit
table,
down.
and then as you buy the table, you have to promise to buy like bottles.
2 bottle minimum.
Yeah.
And the
or
2 bottles are both
filled
Cuervo.
with bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
let's be all real 100. Like
Yeah.
that's what's happening. That's what
And-
he's talking about.
And that is the thing, is that most, I'm not gonna say most, but a lot of the people that do drink higher priced liquors aren't like connoisseurs.
No.
Cognac. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that they are just kind of drawn into paying 4 figures in these certain settings. And on top of that, you're probably not even getting the liquor you think you're paying for.
Yeah.
Is just really ridiculous. And while it is condemned and I condone it, hilarious.
I cannot stop laughing.
Yes.
Internally,
fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It is. It's super fucking funny. I don't
Yeah.
know if this place is in business, or how long they've been doing this for.
Oh.
But that is.
I
mad
guarantee
business.
you they're not the only
Oh,
one
no,
because
mad business.
it is illegal for a reason. It is illegal because too many places would do this.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
places that do it, they do it because they can't keep up with their order of like ordering tequila. That's why we got a fucking agave shortage that we all know is fucking hitting us hard. And it's harder and harder to get tequila because Casamigos and all these other motherfuckers made agave spirits popular.
Yeah.
These farmers can't even fucking keep up.
Yeah.
So we're not even getting 100% agave half the time when we say that we're supposed to be getting it. They're just struggling to keep up. So you are creating this environment where you are paying 4 figures for alcohol and not getting the right alcohol when you could be listening to your server, listening to your bartender, doing your own research, which seems to be so popular in this country in the last 4 years. Find out what a good tequila is, a good gin, a good vodka, a good anything. So when you get to a bar and you see their shelf, you are educated. How much does that bottle cost? They're going to be like, man, we don't even sell this bottle. We'll give you this bottle for $150. Stunt with some good tasting shit that you know is the actual thing. But people don't want to do that. They want to show out. That's why I'm saying they're doing the 1942 because they're just trying to show out in front of other people.
Yeah. 'Cause
And so no, I do feel a sense of empathy that they're not getting what they paid for. I will always advocate for getting what you pay for, period. I will never, ever change on that. But at the same time, if you are dumb enough to go into a club, like he said, at the end of the night, you're going there at 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, whatever it is,
already drunk.
and you want to buy the most expensive bottle you can get, that's what your ass get. Want to raw dog them bottles?
They gonna raw dog you
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. End up in the clinic looking at your fucking bank statement like, I spent all this on Cuervo? Yeah, you did. You absolutely did, and you fucking deserve it.
He also said something at the end where he's like, "That's why I bring my own shit." While I don't agree with
was
that,
fucking hilarious. That
do I
plot
understand
twist.
it? Like, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go to these places and you know you're not gonna get what you pay for, even if you're at the bar, you know the fucking tricks of the trade or whatever.
Yeah.
I understand it. Do I still condone it? No, not really, but I get it. Would I do that? No, because I wouldn't go to a strip club.
Right.
No, I wouldn't.
We've all bought something that was on the back of it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh yeah. It's
If
cool
you
for
are
to
gonna
bring
sneak your own shit in, don't drink it out in the open.
yeah.
Be low key.
Don't be stupid.
At least be low key, please,
Yeah,
man.
and
Or-
don't get mad when you get caught.
Yeah.
Like you got
Yeah.
caught.
you
bro.
got caught.
Like, come on
Yeah.
now.
You got
Like
caught.
you kind of order something else, and then down. You kind of just
Refill it a little bit, you know.
I thought this about somebody last night because they were like, "Can I get a glass of ice?" And I was like, "You agony bitch."
you
And
know.
then when we closed and they were walking out, I saw that they had a. I was like, "Oh,
Oh my god.
I hope your child is a masculine child." I'm sorry.
Oh.
I was talking so much shit in my head, man. I was like, "Oh, you sneaking alcohol in here, ain't you?" And then she walked out, and I was like, "Oh,
Wow.
I'm the
Yeah,
problem on
you're-
that one.
you're the
Yeah, that was
asshole.
me.
All
Yeah,
respect.
You're
that was
the
me.
asshole.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, but your
He's
thoughts
been
on-
the asshole the whole night.
Yeah. Your thoughts on the video though. What,
I mean, I respect him. I respect him for sharing that because, like, that shit is wild.
and it's funny, like
Crazy.
everybody in the comments of the video were like, "You're going to jail. Feds are coming. This and that." And he's like, okay, where did I work? Come find me. What's gonna happen? I didn't.
know.
He
was very intelligent about.
he's
that.
not
not at-
liable for any
Not
of
at
it.
fault for anything.
No, it's not. It's the company that he worked for. Because I'm assuming if he didn't do the job they told him to do, he would get fired, which he could then sue them for too. So I mean, if anything, he can come up on some money. But
True.
yeah, like he's not liable.
And
at
people
all.
in the comment section.
Yeah, they're everybody turned into a lawyer. Like that's a federal crime. Yeah, but the company's at fault, not him.
Yeah.
I just we could section. I just want them gone.
Some are pretty fun.
Some are funny, but like, I don't know. I'm all for free speech and everything. Because when you see the trend of comments just going in the negative, makes me just off. I was looking at something earlier and it had animals in it, and people were still talking shit. I'm like, you're talking shit about animals.
They can't.
How
hear you.
angry are you?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
They're not gonna read
Like,
this.
do you need a hug? Go
it's
get one.
Yeah,
That's
please.
crazy.
Please. But since we've already played a video,
yes.
do you feel like, actually letting the crowd out here, all of the fans that we have out there, hear your latest single? Because did I hear this correctly? Like you released it around your birthday?
Yeah, I did. I released it
Okay.
on my birthday.
Nice.
Yeah. I released it on
Well,
my birthday.
happy belated.
Thank you.
happy
you.
belated
Yeah,
on that.
Happy
Robin.
belated.
Robin, Robin is an Aquarius. We actually, our birthdays are really close. So I was like, oh, they have another Aquarius on. What's that energy gonna give? What's your sign?
Pisces.
Oh, so your birthday is when?
Couple weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, couple. Oh yeah. couple
Literally,
weeks.
like
you're a March,
literally is. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna
and you
say.
Taurus.
I'm a Taurus.
Same Taurus.
Okay, cool.
Are you into the astrology shit?
I
Are you-
am.
Yeah.
Why?
I like it because I think I've just always been a fanatic of like the cosmos and space.
I saw this video that said, just so you know, none of the planets are in retrograde. So everything you do is your fault.
It's your fault. Well, see, that's the thing. I don't look at it from that perspective. I think astrology is there's some negative connotations around like people literally. I know people like, that's their practice, and that's
It's a good
fine. It's a good
conversation
practice,
starter.
right? But
That's
I
what
feel like
think.
for me, I connect with astrology because I connect with the universe. Like I believe I connect with the sun, the moon. Like those are natural things that.
Mountains and the rivers. Sorry.
Go on. I mean, come on, give us the performance.
Are you singing
Of our
today,
life.
or
He's been trying. This man has been trying to make me paint me as a negative. Like he's been really trying to make me look so bad. Like now he decides to sing.
Now he's
and
gonna
I'm
upstage
the-
you.
He's like, we've never had a singer on the show before, and then he decides to
I
sing
can
it.
sing.
Sing with all the colors
I
of the wind.
He's still going.
Y'all are disrespectful as fuck.
Not at all. Not at all.
Actually, you have been the out of everyone.
Wow, that is
you
something.
both you both are my
Yo,
favorite.
that is
Thank
you both are my
something right
favorite.
there.
You actually
So if
you were a little bit disrespectful at the beginning, but then I guess
Oh,
you could be
man.
putting this on for
you
the
need
camera.
to go back and watch a couple
He
more
could be
episodes.
putting this on for the camera.
No,
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with our guests.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with our guests, but not with your guests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Because I've actually had one of your guests come to my bar, not knowing that I know you, and I talked about your job. I was like, "Oh, my brother works there, this and that," and like, "Which one is your brother?" And I was like, "I described you," and they were like, "Kind of sounds familiar." And I was like, "The one who always looks angry." He's like, "I know that motherfucker."
Oh shit.
What a way for people
Shout
to
out to
describe
Jason.
you.
I don't know if he's still watching or whatever. He said he was gonna tune into the
Oh,
show
shit.
or whatever. But
Oh, I'm
man,
sorry, man.
he-
It's not personal.
He was there with his pops, and yo, I gotta give his pops credit.
Were they there this weekend?
Nah, this was a couple weeks.
Oh,
It
okay.
was a couple weeks. But his pops was in visiting or whatever, and like pulled him a little baddie. Pops brought them both to
Huh.
my bar and like paid for the tab and everything like that, and just chopping it up. And he was really cool. And you know, the way conversations naturally go nowadays, the show came up. And I said like, oh, you know, I recorded da 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 da. And then that's when I started mentioning you. It was just so funny to see the look on his face when he realized exactly which bartender I was talking about.
sorry,
He's like,
man.
I'm definitely gonna tune in, man, because
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
It's not personal. I swear to God, I do not go in with the intentions of being angry or
Yeah.
mad. And it's funny when I found out Jaloy was there too. And I messaged him. I was like, yo, man, you were there? You didn't say what's up? He's like, oh, yeah, I was at the bar, this and that. But because we had so many people, I feel like I might have seen him now that I think about it. And now I think, oh, was I being rude? I don't think, not rude, but it's just like, was I being like very forward? You know, it can come off as
or
rude.
maybe Kurt being
Or
short
Kurt.
with people.
Yeah. Now I
I
think,
mean, it
damn.
happens, man.
Yeah. Because we had a shit. I mean, we had our fucking Dominican.
Yeah, I
party,
remember seeing
so-
his video and it, especially for that venue. That was a lot of people.
Well, it was also Independence Weekend. Yesterday was Dominican Independence Day too.
Oh,
That's why I texted y'all about it's Capicoa 0.5,
yeah,
which was still a decent turnout.
yeah. I would have went. I had to work,
Yeah.
Recovering from last time.
Yeah, you are.
bro. We lost you that night.
That long.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
damn, yeah. Sorry, what was his name? Jason.
Jason. Yeah,
Sorry, Jason.
yeah.
It's not.
I do
personal,
remember
man.
his name, which is odd for me because I don't. I'm terrible at names. I just remember that. Like, remember his name was Jason.
Yeah, I am. That is what I'm known for, is being angry and mad at my guests. But
Being
here,
petty.
I'm not.
You guys are
Petty.
jerks.
So you're
Absolutely, you guys are
into, you're into the cosmos. You
I
said.
am into the. You're right.
Bring it up.
No, so yeah, I think for me, like, astrology is just one of those things that I connect to universe. It's just like, I do believe like the time that we come into the world, depending on like how we enter the, it says a lot about like our and our I mean just our makeup. No, I believe in that shit.
Okay,
I tend to ask people.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
Because it's more natural for me. Like I'm literally like one of those persons, like very much like I love to do grounding work. Like I love nature. I try to eat as best as I can, meaning like I lead more of a fruit vegetable led diet. I don't really eat meat anymore. If I do, it's very sparingly. I'm not completely off meat. But I don't know. I just like anything that feels natural, that is natural, I should say. I connect with it just naturally, and it's just natural for me to want to connect with Cosmo.
I can respect
Universe.
that. I can respect that for sure.
Specifically in that city.
I know.
That-
I'm,
yeah,
that was
that's-
his
I
choice.
should be a yogi.
That
you know?
was
I
one of the
should
most
be-
LA moments we've had on this show.
I-
But that's
Oh,
not just
I-
LA. I think that's just not an LA moment, though. I think that's a. If I could be honest, I think that's just. It's like a humanistic thing. I think when people LA it out, it makes it feel, it gives it this like spooky like connotation. But honestly and truly, it's just like, it's literally, I mean, you could be anywhere in the world and connect with the universe and connect with like nature and connect, because those things are real. Like, I feel like when we look at a tree, we were like, oh, that's just a tree. No, that's a living thing, and that thing is providing you oxygen so that you can live. That's pretty powerful to me. So anything that's like
we are
powerful,
the trees,
right?
is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that we are trees.
No, I'm saying the service industry. We are the trees.
Exactly.
Like, we are the ones providing you oxygen, but you're just like, I'll go and cut this shit down and do whatever I want.
Bring
with
that
it.
around.
That's how I felt like listening to you talk. You're absolutely right. It is an all connecting thing, because this industry is everywhere.
You serve me, I serve you. That's why I don't have a problem with the service industry. I don't even care if people look at it as like, I've cleaned toilets. I've worked in an African restaurant, and I didn't know how to pronounce anything on the menu, so people always cussed me out. They were, I just didn't. But I just, like, that's not gonna change like how I show up. Like, I'm still gonna do the best that I can be, and I meet a lot of people. Like, I think service is a great. It's the thing that we were all made for. I serve as an artist. Like, I create music that people can dance to, that they can, release their emotions off. That's why we listen to artists. So everything is service, in my opinion. We give carbon dioxide to the trees, they give us oxygen back. It's, that's, so we're all in service to something.
Yeah. What was do you remember your best and worst moments working in the service industry, working either in that hotel in the Bahamas or even here? Do you have a high and a low, best and worst, either person, moment?
Yeah.
Like, what was something where you're like, dude, what the fuck is going on? And another one was like, this was an amazing day. I wish I could have 100 of these. Yeah.
Okay. So pretty quick, I would say, because this is the most recent one. I was in Miami for Art Basel last year in December, which wasn't too far, or in February. And I was at an event, and Victoria Monet and Tiana Taylor were there. And I was literally like on this long line just to get into the event. And I finally got in, and I like rushed to because it was like a bar outside, like outdoor lounge area. It was at this club in Miami, outdoor club, and people were smoking. So they were all there just dancing, having a good time. And I wanted to I just wanted to like be in the orbit of that, because it was so cool. And I love Victoria. I've always admired her work.
You're good.
You're good.
And I saw her, and then I left Miami. I didn't talk to her or anything, but I saw her. Like, I was like I was here, she was right there. Like, oh, this is cool. Like, and then I come back to LA, and then I go to work, and literally I'm walking up to my post, and I see Victoria and her mother walking in the restaurant.
Hey, Victoria Monet was in Redacted?
Yes. And I have a photo. So she walks in, she sits down, and I'm like, what? And so I'm like, I grab a menu. I'm like, you take a look at this, because you're about to get the best service of your life. I need, yes. What do you need? And then her mother was there, and she has the song out, put that on my own mama, on my. And I'm like, her mother is here, so we get them seated. I put them in an angel number seat 222, because I'm like, this is the universe,
okay,
giving me what I wanted, because I wanted to talk to her and just be in that atmosphere, because I'm an artist, and similarly to her, like, she's been doing this for a very long time, right behind the scenes, writing for artists like Ariana Grande, and she's just been doing so much. And she started her career, and she really built herself up, but she had a peak moment. Like, she's having these peak, I wouldn't even say moments, these.
She's getting her recognition.
She's getting her due recognition.
Just won 3 Grammys.
Yeah.
Like, she's getting, after becoming a wife, a mother, staying committed. And when she wrote that song, she said that she didn't even feel like it was going to do anything. So anyway, so here I am now, 2 days later, she's talking to me. I'm talking to her. I'm sitting down. They're asking me about the menu. And, you know, I'm looking at the server. I'm like, you better stay your ass right where you are. This is my moment.
It's my
The universe brought this for me, baby.
Look at me.
I'm the
server now.
Whoever the server was on that day, they were so paid. They were like, just take your time. I was like, yes. I was like, we're going to take I looked at the front desk. I was like, y'all, just take the time. I'm here.
Right.
And I'm going to be here for a while. And it was such a great conversation. We talked about meditation. I gave her, I told her, I was like, you know, I probably said some shit that was embarrassing. I'm sure I did because I was so nervous. Honestly, I'm sure I did. But I say all that to say, like, I left there with a photo with her and her mom, and I walked her mom to the hotel that was at the back of the restaurant because she went off and she trusted me with her mom. Wow. And I was like, I know when I see her again, I'm gonna be like, you left your mom in my presence to walk her to the hotel. Like, you trusted me.
Wow.
That made me feel really good.
Wow. That's dope.
It was everything. So I say all that to say that was one of my biggest moments so far. And then I think the worst moment that I've ever had in a restaurant is when, like, it was a crazy night, and it was just, I think it was a Saturday night, and it was just crazy. And this guest came in and just had like they brought this energy in the room, and they did something to me, or they said something, but whatever they did, like, I like the way I looked at them and the way I responded to them, I was like, I never want to do that ever again. Because I snapped.
Oh.
Ooh. I snapped, but not in a volatile way. It was like, oh, okay, we're going to do this today. Like I was strapping up, like I was ready to go to war, and like I was so mean.
What happened? What did you say? What did they say?
I was so mean.
What happened?
Because they came in with this energy, and I guess it just wasn't a good day for me. And I was just like, okay, I got some time today. I made that guest wait for like almost, I want to say 30, like almost, they didn't have to wait, but I made them wait. That was the first part. But I was very polite about it.
It's really that simple to make your night that much worse by just disrespecting.
Yeah, like you came in at the wrong. I was like, you know what? I got some time today.
You're
gonna sit right here, and you're gonna sit. And every time they came up, I just saw that this person just got seated before. I said, well, they had a reservation. So what normally happens is when you book a reservation, you're seated automatically. But because you didn't book a reservation, you're gonna have to wait 30 to 45 minutes.
The whole time they were walking.
And that's the part, because if you have a reservation, I'm like, let me just get you out of my face and seat you quickly. But when you come in as a walk-in with an attitude, that day, and it was I had some time.
Well, they had to make time.
Exactly.
And on top of that, you're being polite, or at least you're being like, you're not
cordial.
being like, no, you're gonna wait. You're saying, oh, sorry, sir. Like,
I'm
unfortunately, we have a reservation.
Like I'm pressing all the markers. Unfortunately, when you book a reservation, you're able to get seated right away. But because you didn't book a reservation, and I'm, like, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use it as an acting. Like if I were to play this character, how would I milk this role? I just had some time, so they didn't know that they were cast in a little short film.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love.
I don't play. That's why for me, I don't take it seriously, because I know, like, when I get there, like when I see like, oh, you want to challenge me, because even that you'll have some people that they be coming in and they be high, like, yeah, I want to eat this. I'm like, hi, what did you say?
Yeah.
Because you're speaking gibberish to me. Like you coming in this establishment, like in any kind of, like I'm gonna need you to lively up yourself.
I think
like,
people forget that going into an establishment, you still need to be presentable.
You still need to be presentable. You still need to be a human.
You're not at home. You're not in the backyard. This isn't a cookout.
Even if you're coming in your pajamas and your bonnet, and
I don't care what you're wearing as long as you smell good and know how to order. That's it. Like,
and sometimes they don't even know how to do that.
But that's exactly,
and that's a problem.
Yeah.
But they make it our problem,
right?
Which is the problem.
Exactly.
They come to you or anyone else within that venue, and they act like, well, what's your problem with me? I'm doing okay. Like, no, you're not. I
You're
can
not.
barely understand you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would you come outside like that? And the amount of people who do that on a regular basis is just baffling to me.
It's crazy.
I mean, well, I don't know about Redacted, but I know about Fight Club. And we have so many regulars.
I love that you're using that.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just love that we have so many regulars who come in there that are just, they really forget where the fuck they are.
Well, I'm glad that you said regulars, because I think a lot of people look at their bartenders specifically. I think it's almost like a parallel to like my therapist, because you're handing me the thing that's, because I will be honest with you, when I drink, I don't drink to soothe my emotions. I'm actually the opposite.
Yeah.
I drink normally when I'm around friends. I'm
Yeah.
a social drinker.
Yeah.
I don't buy liquor at home. Like, I don't store liquor at home. That's just not me. But I
Neither
do drink.
do we.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
Never.
Yeah, we don't drink at home.
Heavens no.
No.
Because there's a bar cart. That's the joke.
It's literally one right
For
there.
those that are
I mean,
audio
can they
only.
see it though?
They can see it.
No,
Yeah.
it's in between you guys.
But for audio purposes only, there is a
For
bar
audio
cart.
purposes.
Oh,
yeah.
audio, yeah.
For audio purposes.
I'm just saying, like, that's
Yeah.
just me. Eventually, I get my. Definitely.
I love that you said plural.
Yeah,
Hell
houses.
Speak into that.
Of course.
For real. Yeah.
But I realize that a lot of people it's literally like, this is church for me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That has never been my experience. And so the empathy there is like, oh wow, this person is here. So I'm here to network. I'm here to it's even if I've been in an emotional, like, I have.
Mm-hmm. And not just drinking, also eating. When people want to go out for food, they don't feel like cooking. You know, maybe their day is too busy, they got kids or a relationship, or they just lost one, like you just said. I don't feel like cooking for myself because my significant other or significant other did the cooking, or I just don't want to cook today. You never know why a guest is sitting in front of you.
Yeah.
And server as well. As server as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people can't
Absolutely.
cook. Yeah. Yeah. This is my release for the day. Yeah. Mm,
Yes.
yeah. And sometimes you have to address this particular situation with a guest where they are going through it and you are that release, but two stools over, you have people trying to party and they ain't trying to hear that shit. And
Right.
you go from this order to that order. And by the time you get over there, they're expecting the version of you that they're looking for.
Yeah.
Your code switch is instantaneous.
Immediately.
You never know. Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. You have to remember every conversation. Yeah. Every conversation, every emotion, every backstory, all of it. You have to be ready for every single thing that's thrown in front of you, and then hope that when it's all said and done, you are paid appropriately for everything that you gave.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh.
There's no mandatory. There's no, and we've seen it in places that have the automatic gratuity. yeah, you know, their servers, their bartenders may feel like a sense of comfort because they know, all right, as long as we get these amount of transactions, we're going to be good. But if the service dips off because of guest interaction, then you still make less. There's always an ebb and flow to everything, and I just feel like a lot of times that really gets lost in the shuffle when, you know, with our show, and then with other pages that we may see that are out there. Fuck you. That highlight.
we all reacted, but we were gonna let you go. We were gonna let you ride. We were gonna let you ride.
I'm not gonna let it slide.
It just was you you gave it so much of a humanistic.
You said sorry.
Yeah.
The sorry was for you,
Personified, I was trying to say,
motherfucker, because I was like,
you
all
looked
right.
at you looked
I
at the
dabbed
bar.
at it, you're like,
I
oh, my
know,
bad.
but I was like, I mean, I hit the cart. And I was like, all right, sorry, I made the noise. You asked for it. I just happened to already be looking in that direction. I'm not that fucked up where I gave the inanimate object.
Do we
personality.
need to give the bar card a mic?
A shot,
Should we,
or at least
should
a
we?
shot.
It has enough shots.
Yeah, no, it's literally loaded. What?
Bartender school? Did they have a bartender school?
No, you would have events. Oh, and I used to work.
You were an event
Oh,
bartender.
shit.
It was very classy.
I love event bartenders.
It was really dope. It was very classy. They would have like graduate. Yeah, my school has been around.
Oh wow.
Oh
Mm.
shit.
Very old school. Grace Kelly.
So it's an HBCU.
I missed.
Wait, when you say school, do you mean college or
No, it was a
high
conservatory.
The one in New York.
The one in New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it started in
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Grace Kelly. Sorry. It's our Wi-Fi password. The Can I Have Your Number skit. Jean Charlotte, Grace Kelly.
He's still going.
He hasn't
He's still-
seen it. Yeah.
He's still.
Yeah.
He has. I was answering the question.
I know.
Oh,
No, it's from
his
Mad TV. It's a Mad TV skit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not as much as I did, apparently, because everyone left me out there alone. No. It's, yeah. I will.
But yeah, I mean, like.
You're talking about being a
Oh.
bartender or during homecoming for. Yeah.
So what
Is that Saint? Are you pointing at Saint Germain?
Saint Germain, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
That bottle.
Spritz? Saint Germain
Oh,
Spritz?
Yeah, we made.
Yeah.
That also.
Nice.
Has
Welcome to the
anyone else
ranks.
heard of what they call Saint Germain in the industry?
No.
They call it the bartender's ketchup. I've heard that in multiple cities, not just here in LA, because so
Interesting.
many bartenders will just throw it into a cocktail. It's one of those things
like a
that
little-
it's just Saint Germain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to try it on there? Might as well.
Shit, it might be the rest of it in there. Go for it. Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
it's
right.
nice.
Hello,
Nice.
everybody.
It's elderflower, right? Elderflower
Yeah.
liqueur. There you go, he's reaching.
Yeah, I feel like that, like
gonna
painting,
paint that.
that painting is like.
Paint that. Did you capture that photo? He's
The
gonna
cap is gone.
use it in Oh.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like an elderly
Notes.
floral.
An el- I'll
God
give it to
damn
you.
it.
I'll give it to you
Come on, man.
It's
He called it an old flower.
because it's elder flower. It's
Elder
elder flower
flower.
liqueur, and he said it's elderly flower. I'll give you.
It's
you,
the
Alex.
liqueur that tells you to get off its lawn.
Okay.
I forgot what the question was.
Shit.
I mean, I think I have.
Yes. I was enjoying the story
You've
about the
answered
homecoming.
some questions.
We were talking about like the cosmos. Oh, but
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Oh yeah, Grace
Wow,
Kelly.
yes.
Yeah.
oh, just quantum.
It
Yeah.
happens.
It's
Yeah.
I think by the time as I'm done, I will be.
Yeah. What?
This guy. I didn't even know he was gonna bring that story up.
He served you Saint Germain
In a biblical sense.
in a biblical sense.
Yeah, which makes it sound worse. Yeah.
But you know,
All right. It's LA.
Saint Germain is not. I mean, it's
Not that good.
there you go.
It's a really good for you LA bartenders, and it's a really good substitute for when like, can I get a lychee martini? Works in a pinch, close enough.
Like
Especially
you said,
with gin.
ketchup. Bartender's ketchup.
Yeah.
Like you said. I didn't know that.
Oh, that bottle's been here for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some of these bottles. We get to a point where like, oh, we're using it so much. All right, let's
And then we
stop using it,
and then
we
no
don't
one
use
buys
it,
another
and then we
bottle.
don't re-up. Well, because that was hard to find for a minute. That's why.
Yeah.
Or was it that, or was it what's the other one?
No, Saint Germain's.
No, it was
pretty easy.
Chartreuse?
Yes,
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse
Green
was
or yellow.
Which
Shit.
now that bartenders got off of it, notice how the allocation is working again. Like
Yeah.
you're able to see a bottle everywhere. Because not every bartender is like, oh, hey, let me add some chartreuse. For no
Chartreuse.
reason.
Yeah.
Chartreuse.
Let me add an ingredient I know you can't spell. What? Doesn't make you a better bartender. Be a good bartender.
To them it does.
Yes.
To them it does.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Just look at Yelp. You'll
He's
see
got
me.
Yelp reviews to prove it. I don't think I do.
Really?
I don't think I
I'm
do.
sure you do.
Nah,
You
I don't.
I've gotten a Yelp review in person. I
on
just said
paper,
it a
don't
moment
exist.
ago.
not on paper. Don't exist.
I'm
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna
must.
look right now. You know what? I can't be a jerk because nobody's left me a review. So it's literally just my face, and it's funny because somebody this weekend, one of our parties, they're like, "Hey man, are you good?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, why do you look so mad? And again, I said, "Just my face." He's like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah." No, it's just my face. It is just my face. I really am not mad or anything like that.
But
That
also,
is-
he hates people.
I do. I hate. I said this before. Hold on. I said this before. Dave heard it. I'm gonna tell you. I don't hate people. I hate stupid people, and the reason is because I'm stupid. Don't double down the stupid. Don't double down the stupid. Yeah, let's not do this because I'm already dumb. Please stop.
And we see people, they are likely to. Alcohol. With alcohol.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't feel like I don't feel like being in this industry, especially as I have, I don't feel like you can do it in a healthy way without some kind of really I've known a lot of people had their different releases, and I never judge anybody for their, for the most part, as long as you're not harming anybody, just do your thing, whatever you need to do to decompress, go to the spa, get a pedicure, go to a movie. I don't fucking know. I don't really care. Just do what you got to do. Honestly, what works for me is drugs and alcohol. Yeah. So,
Huzzah!
so as long as I have drugs and alcohol, I'm good. Yeah, for the most part. Give me a couple hours to myself with those. I'm good. But, all jokes aside, but I say that in a sense of I never am a person that feels the need to overindulge. I'm never the person who is trying to escape. So if I'm having a couple of drinks, it's literally a couple of drinks. If, I'm smoking or anything else that I might be doing, it's always a moderate amount. So for me, as long as I have those things and a little bit of quiet time to just process my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, everything, I'm good. And then second to that is being able to hang out with other people that I actually know and like care about, whether we're drinking or not, or playing board games or whatever. It's just, to me, it's more the release, the unwinding, loosening your belt kind of moment. Like on a serious note, that's my main. I try to at least have 1 day per week if I can manage it. That's as possible. Just for a few hours, that's all I can manage. Just do something that I want to do. Because so much of, especially our profession, is you having to put that mask on for everyone, having to put everyone else above yourself for however many hours you have to do something. Exactly. Yeah. And food is a big thing too. I love to cook. I will go out to eat every once in a while when I have time. I used to do that, but then people would show up and they'd already eaten, so I moved away from the whole. It was starting to be a lot.
I have no bad reviews, so
That you know of.
and there's none on here. So I'm not a jerk or an asshole. All the reviews that I've seen from
You're not a documented jerk or asshole, except for the last 88 episodes.
all the
It's
all the
88,
reviews,
yeah.
great staff, 5 stars. We're actually 4.5.
Wait,
Yeah,
with
so
your
are we.
name next to it?
No, not with my name next.
Oh,
Yeah.
the overall staff?
The staff.
Okay.
The staff.
But I'm part
I'm
of staff.
staff as well.
Yeah. 4.5 out of 5 stars. So.
Yeah.
Or the
Fight,
staff.
so is Fight Club.
Yeah.
But I mean, a Yelp review is like they'll comment underneath.
I'm gonna. You guys
Yes.
keep talking. I'm gonna check Yelp.
Or descriptors. I don't know how many Yelp reviews I've gotten with blue-haired guy, purple-haired guy, pink-haired guy, whatever color hair they think I have that day. Oh man, they can't wait to light into me on Yelp. But the thing is, well, it's usually one of those things where, like he says, like, "Oh, it's just my face." That's just my tone. The same way how you were saying earlier, where you're not taking personal, trying to give that same level of service no matter what. Even when someone is being disrespectful or being annoying or something like that, you're still giving that level of service while addressing them. Oh, I'm sorry, but if relation, that kind of do. I do that. People don't like when I do that. They go to Yelp when I do that. But I don't do it like you dumb motherfucker. If you open your eyes and look at the menu, I go, menus right there. If you want to take a look at that while I take care of this other guest, I'll be right back with you. Like, those are the types of ways that I talk to people. No, they definitely don't. Mm-hmm.
Pointing out the obvious.
there was a amount of time where I did feel that, and it was a very short amount of time actually last year. It wasn't something that I'd ever really felt in this industry. I would have my moments where I would kind of feel that, but then you realize like, oh, you're hungry, you're tired, you haven't had a break, gotta take a shit. You're like something. There's something wrong with you. And like look inside yourself. Why are you interacting with guests that way? Is it that serious? But there was a short amount of time last year where I had things going on that I wasn't paying that would make me more irritable by the time I got to work or make me less patient by the time I got to work. And then I realized I'm not conveying my thoughts the right way. I am trying to be more matter of fact only because where I work and depending on the shift, I have a very small window of time that I can interact with you because I have between 2 and sometimes 15 people waiting right after you. And I would love to take care of you because you're next, but you not knowing what you want and me standing here while you try to figure that out is now pissing off the other 2 to 15 people who are looking at me and saying, well, if they aren't ready, I'm ready. Which I guess we'll say that. Well, now I got to keep you two from fighting because I don't want them to say, well, hurry the fuck up, bitch. Because now you got a problem and you two can actually fight. And then that turns us into Fight Club, you know? Like, so there's all these things that are going through my mind where it's, let me just give you the most concise answer that I can to convey to you, this is what I need from you. This is what I'm doing in the meantime. And I don't mean for it to be personal because I also don't know you. But as you said, in that moment, you being on the opposite end, you don't know, you may not know that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you while also help everyone. And, you know, my delivery could have been better in those moments. And I feel like it is a lot better now. A lot better now. It does. Mm. It really does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was the question? Oh, for self care. Well, for one, no, yeah, it's good. Part of it is definitely I always am enamored with the idea of a Cheers. Are you familiar with the TV show? Yeah. So like having like a Cheers go to where everybody, but like a place where I could just go at the bar. A lot of times, Fight Club, have another spot, and I just chill, unwind, and have one or two. What happens? Run into from redacted one or two that I intended to have rolled into a bunch of other uh multiplied very quickly. But that is my intention 9 times out of 10. And I go in there, I either say what's up Nando or a few others that are there, and we chit chat. I have two, and I bounce and I go home. Either that or also just going home and unwinding. I just sit on my couch, I put on, find something to watch, and yeah, I just after all of the energy and all of like just so social and taking other people their trauma and being a therapist and these drink orders and then this server. The other thing is like if I'm not being a therapist, yes, but I'm on main production. Now I'm being a therapist to servers because when they come to get their drinks, they're telling me about how their shift is going and like this person needed this and they needed this happened. Can you believe they said this? And I'm just like, you said you wanted that with the salt rim or just like what? And so like, yeah, so by the time I get done with like 8 hours of that, I just want to go home and just kind of, and I don't want to text nobody. I just probably put on a TV show, just knock out for a little bit. I don't drink that much at home personally, but yeah, just grab a bite to eat.
I was just looking to see if there were any bad reviews about me.
Yeah,
There's not.
no, you were very loud.
You were really engrossed in that for quite some
Would you like to
time.
answer
Welcome
the
back to
question
the
as well?
podcast.
Yeah. Yes. No
But we
no bad
go back
reviews
to
about me.
Kurt.
So we're good.
That's how he unwinds, is checking his Yelp reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was just people complaining about like either drinks. One of them might have been about me, saying that it looked.
No.
No.
Where do you work?
I work at this bar that's by the Arts District in Little Tokyo. So I'll
The
tell you
beach
about
with
that.
no water.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to
The
call
what?
it.
There was
It's
there
the
was
beach
one
with no
there was-
water.
There was a review here that mentioned something about not having a salted rim on their margarita, and that one might have been about me.
Yeah.
You didn't fucking ask for it, bitch.
Yeah.
The way I unwind
That turned
is
quickly. He gets one bad Yelp review.
Yeah.
self-care.
But he's not a jerk.
Absolute.
Self-care. Self-care. I play video games. That's my self-care. Yeah,
Boom.
that is what I do to. Not only that, I mean, work out. And I stream. That's another form of self-care for me, I guess, because that's something I enjoy doing. And yeah, that's my self-care.
How about for you?
Sorry, that wasn't as intricate as everybody else's. My bad, but
We had already moved on. You didn't have to make it about you again.
whatever. That felt like
He's
were
like,
saying.
don't forget about me.
you were saying.
Nah,
It
when
starts
blinks,
blinking.
Yeah.
Red light will blink.
Yeah. No, you're fine. It might have just been from like moving it around. Like it's one of those things. It's one of those things that could happen. That's why we need to get better equipment. We had more fans and we get advertisements. We would already have our mixers and have our sound 100 A1, but we also have the backup audio from like the phones and everything else. So we'll make sure that that audio gets put in. It still isn't picking up.
No, I
Facts.
mixer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But currently it's still not.
Sorry, guys. Just a small little audio hiccup on that one. Yeah.
Testing 1 2 1 2 3. So how long has it been off for?
We have
don't
no
know.
idea. We'll find out in post.
Damn.
Yeah. Not the whole time, but yeah. There were a couple times where the microphone got moved a little bit. That might have been one of the times where it got a little
I
wonky.
should have got up and checked.
But we'll figure it out.
Didn't
Okay.
you?
Oh shit.
And I was wondering how that may have
Yeah.
affected your current writing.
I think again it just makes you more aware. But it did really open me up to be more expressive and more bold. Like it just made me more confident to sing about certain things.
Such as whining.
Right. Wine on Me and other things that I have written. It made me confident enough to just try something different, like just
Yeah.
stepping outside of my normal comfort zone and just doing something different. It makes you a little bit more bolder. For me, that's what it does for me. So, yeah, that's
I mean,
my
that is
1-2 on it.
that is a bold ass song.
It is bold.
Bold ass dance.
I
All of it.
know.
All
I
of it's
know.
just bold. I love the confidence. That's absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that like that to just be able to connect with people through music and just have people express themselves. Like that's just always been my thing. Like I'm a very expressive person. I think it's creativity is a very beautiful thing, and I think we're all creative beings. So whatever gifts you have, like I'm just an advocate for all of it. Using it to your advantage, sharing that with the world. Because again, that's service too. Like you have all these gifts, and you're called to serve. You know, service is actually that's I think that's one of the things that people say, like how to get out of debt or poverty, or if you want to be wealthy, it's to find something that like find a need and fill that need, because you'll always have people willing to pay you because you're answering a need. And I think that's why people always go to bars, because they need a release, or they need to feel something, and they're going. And I've experienced it. I've met some amazing people, because I know, like when I go to sit at a bar, if I'm going someplace, I'm like, I could literally meet somebody that could change my life today. Absolutely. Or I could meet somebody that could become a really good friend for the rest of my life, who you just don't know. Or I could meet a real crazy person,
right?
Which you tried to paint me as one earlier in the show.
Or you could meet someone who thinks you're a crazy
but I'm
person.
walking out of here with my dignity, every bit of it.
What I guess like what inspired like the songs that you're about to perform?
I just allowed myself to just like try something different, because when I came to LA, like I was trying to work with all these producers, and like they were not, a lot of them weren't professional, like because I was a new guy, and like it was just weird. Like I was like, I gotta release some shit. So then I just started either buying beats or like making them myself, like really just starting like to make teaching myself how to do it. So it was out of a necessity to just create out of that space, because I wanted to work. I've always wanted to work. It's just that the moment you work with some people, and it's just like if they don't have the momentum, or if they're not as focused, or if they have other things going on, you could let that be the thing that makes you be like, okay, well, I'm not doing this. For me, it was like, well, okay, what do I need to do? So I literally had to like restart my career and go back from because I came here with songs already on the radio in the Bahamas, like people knowing me, performing at different places. I won a few awards, a lot of awards back at home, but here it's like I'm basically starting in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Damn.
In the midst of understanding what America really is, because you come here with one vision, and then you live here and you're like, oh, this is something totally different. And you're 100%. Seeing people winning now, and it's like you can't even be mad at these people because they've been here before you and they know stuff. Like they have community. They've been doing this for years. Like Victoria was doing this for years. Her has been doing this from she was a child. Coco Jones, like Lucky Day, all these people that we're looking at, like they've been doing these things for years. And here I am, like, hi America, hi LA, I'm here. I don't know what I want to do, but I'm here, like fresh out of a pandemic. So it's just like, I wasn't going to let that stop me from not putting my stuff out. I'm like, I'm not going to let any fucking producer stop me. I got to make music that it might not be to the level where I want it to be, but if it's good enough and I feel confident, I'm releasing that shit, because my voice is amazing. My sound is what's needed, and I'm going to release it, and I'll just see you at the top. I'll just meet you there. Maybe we'll do a song there when I see you.
When you get there.
Right. So that's just my mindset right now, and I'm taking it one day at a time. It's a very steady pace, but there's been a lot of synchronistic things that have happened that have been like the guiding light for me to just continue on. And meditation has been that's what it is. Been the best for me. It's been the thing that keeps me motivated to keep going. That's how it's changed my life.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Especially, it feels very timely, seeing as how we had the little slight audio issue there for a sec. It's like you said, it may not be exactly up to quality that I'm trying to get out right now. My voice still. heard.
Exactly.
I still have something that
I have something very
Yeah.
valid to say.
yeah, and you still were able to create your art
Mm-hmm.
on your terms, which is a very powerful thing to be able
It's
to
very,
have,
it's very rewarding.
especially coming from where, not coming from where you come from specifically, but I'm saying coming from outside of
Yeah.
and outside of Los Angeles, get here and be able to start making that path for yourself is a very inspiring thing. So
Yeah.
hats
Thank
off
you
to
for
you
saying
for
that.
that. Because there are a lot of other people who, I don't know, but they may hear this interview at some point and be like, okay, I can do that too. It may be hard, but maybe the service industry is one of those ways that I could do it. Which
Mhm.
a lot of people in our industry, that is how they are able to fund their, by coming in, networking, meeting other people who you may meet this one person who, oh, they know someone who does sound, or they know someone who does video, they know someone who does
Exactly.
editing, they know someone who does producing, and you just never know. And
That's how I met the DJ for my show. He had just arrived from New York because, well, I was gonna have my event at one of the establishments, and it was redacted, but it wasn't redacted. It was pulled, so I had to then find a new venue, which was fine because I but it wasn't fine because I didn't know where it was gonna be. But like I always say, like when there's a will, there's a way. Like I found a top venue and I hosted there, and it was top notch, so good. And
is that the one that you
yeah,
got?
the one that's
It
on
looks-
video.
looks
It was
amazing.
beautiful. Like
Yeah.
and I met a lot of people there that night. Like it was an accident though because again, the first venue canceled on me. How was I able to manifest another venue that was not going to charge me in downtown LA?
Wow.
Like when I tell you the angels were on my they were just on my side. So that's just how I move. Like it's when those things happen for me in so early on in this part of my life, I get excited because I'm like, well, if it happened, like what else is gonna? That's when I keep thinking about like things like that, the magic of that, like more things. So it's been like it's been a very rewarding journey so far, seeing little big things happen.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. So before we sign off on everything here, does it have any other questions? Still got to let this man.
Mm-hmm.
Been talking about it. We talked about it briefly over the last like 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
I feel like if there's anything else to close on before that, now's the time. 'Cause,
I got nothing. Let
yeah,
me perform.
like let's just close out.
Pull up at the spot tonight. Atmosphere's feeling right. Tell me you looking good tonight. Good tonight. Good tonight. I'm just trying to spend some time with someone who can catch my vibe. And you're the one who qualify. I bring you close to my body. I see you like being naughty. Want you all in my body. Move your waist to the rhythm. Homie, switch the position. You don't need no permission. Baby, just whine on me. Baby, just whine on me. Move your waistline for me. Baby, just whine on me. Whine on me. Whine on me. Let me feel your energy. Hit it one time for me. Baby, just whine on me. Whine on me. Whine on me. Everybody in the party, living life, feeling happy. Put your delight for this party. Know you light up the place. Love how you move your waist. No shame, no shame, no shame. Ride the beat of this song. You could hold on, turn me on. I bring you close to my body. See you like being naughty. Want you all in my body. Whoa, baby, just whine on me. Baby, just whine on me. Baby, waistline for me.
That's the first time I've ever. I needed like had air muffs to like hear myself like earphones, but you know,
Fuck yeah. I was all into that.
I saw you like doing. I
had to chair wine a little bit. I had to chair wine.
I saw
a
your
little
wine. Do we get his wine on camera?
I don't know.
How did it come out? Okay.
I don't know.
We'll find out in post.
Yeah, we will. In post.
You're definitely on.
I'm
He
definitely.
just ran back like the Riddler or something.
Wait till we see this.
Okay, perfect.
Can you grab my shot glass, please? So
Yeah,
we can
I
do
don't
our
want to
goodbye
ruin
shot.
his
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But
Yeah, nah, you had to.
huzzah! Oh, yeah, I can't see. Your hand is blocking it, so you. Everybody. Hey, there it is.
Taking a shot before I sung.
Here we go. Go. Get a little bit, little nip. Everybody.
Do our little sign off for everyone. You don't have a microphone anymore.
I always got a microphone. Mic's always on. Sharing now.
I wanted to talk shit, but I couldn't. Anyway, to everyone out there, please please subscribe, please keep supporting, sharing, all of that. We want to keep growing this community.
Let's stop having some issues. So
Yeah.
why aren't you guys popping off yet? I don't know. You tell us.
Yo, you tell us, because seriously, our content is there. We're giving you everything you asked for, and we're not charging you yet. But seriously, we would love to get this to the point where we have zero issues every single time, the way that you want us to, the way that you expect us to. But the easiest way to get us there is to help share our content. Please keep liking. Please keep subscribing. Keep your notifications on so you know exactly when the newest video comes out. You don't want to be behind on the newest menu. Cheers.
I'll give you that. Bye, everybody. Man,
Peace.
that was dope. Having a musical performance.
But yeah.
That was a first. You sounded
I need to
great.
hear that shit because I don't like. I don't know if I like how I sound.
Oh, you sounded great.
Because I was like, am I drunk? Should I be singing right now? Like at one point, I felt like I wanted to go to sleep in the performance.
No
That was
way.
Should I go to sleep right now?
Oh,